it going, guys? Welcome. It is Friday night. It is here. We are on Saving Throw, and that means it's time for Wildcards, which is our Savage World Deadland Reloaded show. It's a little bit Western, a little bit weird, a little bit spooky,
a little bit country,
rock and roll,
and a little bit rock and roll. My name is Jordan Caves-callarman. I am the marshal around these parts. You can tell because I have this badge, which designates me official marshal of the table. Don't read it too closely. That's all it says. And here at the table, we have our wonderful cast, including a new addition, who we will get to last.
No, it's okay. You don't have to talk about it.
That's okay. We weren't. So let's meet our table. We're going to start down there at the end. So tell them who you are. Tell them who your character is. And
you didn't think of one before.
If your character had a childhood pet, what was it?
Okay. Hi guys. My name is Zook, and I am playing James Bogue, the gunslinger. And if he had a childhood pet, his pet would have been an Irish foxhound.
That sounded mighty hypothetical. Did he actually have a childhood pet?
No.
Oh.
No, he did not.
But he always wished he had an Irish foxhound?
Yes.
Well, now we know. Right next to James Bogue, who never got that Irish foxhound for Christmas.
Chat, send all your Irish foxhounds to P.O. Box.
A good old American foxhound is what we had.
We have...
I am Jordan Pridgeon, and I am playing con man / preacher Gabriel Pryor. And if Gabriel Pryor had a pet as a kid, it would have been a squirrel, which were popular pets in early America.
Were they really?
They were.
Really?
I did not know that. Well, that's interesting. Did he actually have a squirrel, though?
Maybe for a little while. Probably not an official thing.
What happened to that squirrel?
Everything dies, man.
Yeah, it's true. Did it die in a way where, maybe someone cut it open to see how it worked?
I bet no. Fucking
Whoa.
what?
I'm just checking.
What sort of psycho do you think I am?
I don't know yet. Your depths are still being plumed.
The show got real
I think he just ran
fast.
away or something.
Okay. The squirrel ran away? It wasn't domesticated? That's fine.
I mean, they're only ever sort of domesticated.
Right next to Gabriel Pryor, the short-term squirrel owner, we have...
Hi, my name is what? Pointy.
I'm trying to figure out where the word's coming from.
It might be me.
We have no idea.
Is it me? Okay, hold on. I can fix this.
They're still on us.
There.
I know. Hey guys. Hey.
Yeah.
Also, we
Finger
the
guns
TV.
over here.
Is that better?
Is my hand
Yeah.
in here?
All right, cool.
Finger
Nick,
guns.
Can you switch cameras? Okay.
Sorry about the fabric rustling sound. So I was saying, right next to Gabriel Pryor, the short-term squirrel owner, we have...
Hi, I am Meghan Caves, and I am playing Rosaline S. Byrne, and she is the resident huckster, knife fighter, all around, kind of kills everybody all the time, whatever. Anyway, animal. I mean, she likes cats, because everybody likes cats.
Do they?
Yes, but I think that she would have had a parakeet.
A parakeet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like she-
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Growing up in Ireland.
Yeah.
And did
There
she
are
have a
lots
parakeet?
of parakeets in Ireland and Boston. So, what?
Did she have a parakeet?
Yep. It was green.
What was its name?
George.
Cool. Yeah, named for the, I'm assuming the British royal family.
Yeah. The Irish were huge into that.
Yeah, the
Or-
Irish were big fans
Well,
of the
she-
British.
Even the Saint Dragon Slayer.
Definitely
was-
wasn't that guy.
Yeah. She was all about wanting to be rich, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, and then next to the wistfully dreaming of riches while lovingly stroking the head of her parakeet, Rosaline S. Byrne, we have our
a lot.
brand new cast member. Look, guys, we found this guy in the hallway, and he was already dressed up in some stuff, and we were like, hey, do you want to be on our show? And after a little bit of cajoling, he said maybe.
He'd never played a role-playing game before.
No.
Yeah.
But he
Really?
likes vodka.
He
Offered
does
me
like
some
vodka.
tequila, and here I am.
Yeah. So, introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are playing,
Okay.
and then whether that person had a childhood pet and what it was.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Gaurav Gulati, and I am playing the frontier gentleman named Howell Melton. You might have seen him on an episode when we did in April when I was on Wildcards. I guessed it on once. Let's see, if he had a childhood pet, and it was a golden terrier that his family owned named Maggie, and it was the best dog ever, and went everywhere with him, and he misses her dearly every day.
Well, it's no squirrel, but.
No, it's not.
Wow.
Yes, it's a pretty good dog.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's squirrels and dogs. It's like apples and oranges.
They don't. Yeah, they don't.
Cats and parakeets, Irish foxhounds and regular foxhounds. You really can't compare them. You can't compare them. Everyone check your mics and make sure it's not rubbing against anything. We are using different mics tonight, guys. We went back to our old mics because we were having some popping issues with our new mics. So bear with us if there is some fabric rubbing noise. I don't think it's me.
I don't even know.
I mean, try
think
muting
it's me.
muting people individually, and then.
I mean,
Is it happening consistently?
Yes.
Okay.
So everyone is muted right now. And then.
thanks for the bit.
1, 2, 3. Megan, it sounds like you.
It's me. Oh, I don't know what to do. How to fix it.
Maybe just unplug and plug those back in. Turn it off first.
1 second, guys. Real quick audio issue.
Could it be? What is it? Is it? It's rustling. That's the noise.
Yeah, it's like there's wind blowing on it or something rubbing up against
Well,
it.
the air is sort of almost hitting them.
No, that can't be it.
I don't know. Beyond
Maybe
that,
just try the other side.
yeah, you can flip it.
Flippy
Too
dips.
loud. Oh, too loud.
Flip, Philadelphia.
That changes anything?
Hold on, guys. Bear with us while we check these audio issues.
It sounds like it stopped.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Cool.
So worth it.
Interesting.
Solved it.
Interesting.
Did it.
Nice job.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent troubleshooting from Nick Levy over
Yeah.
there on
Nick
the con. Nick to the
Yay!
con. All right, so welcome, guys. It is Savage Worlds. It is Deadlands. It is Wildcards. Let's talk about saving throw a little bit. I just want to remind everybody out there that it is still September. It is still September, so it is still September. And they
Till
even
October
yeah.
18th.
Oh,
I was-
really?
yeah.
Oh,
18th?
The 18th
Oh,
of October.
hell
September
yes.
and October.
If you have never subbed to a channel before, you can sub to that channel for half the price of normally subbing to that channel. So if you've been considering subbing to us, now would be the time to do it. And if you do that, you get a free piece of cursed Spanish gold to hand to one of these players at the table. Don't worry, if you don't know what that is, we'll talk about it here in a second. I also want to let you guys know, we are an independent channel, and we keep the lights on, and we keep all of our equipment up to date, and our microphones from popping or rustling against things.
Trying.
Based on tips from our viewers. So if you would like to tip during the show tonight, if you are liking what you're seeing, you're enjoying watching, you're having a good time, you just want to support us, definitely consider tipping us a little bit to help us keep everything going. And if you do that, your tips go towards unlocking fun things that can change the course of tonight's game session. So you can find out what all of those things are by hitting !tips in the chat window, and it'll send you to a link where you can donate or tip for those things.
I think
Also,
last week, didn't they help have one town member rip another town member's arm off?
they did.
Yeah.
Last week they made the helping so much worse.
You can see that.
That was you guys.
We clipped that.
That was all you. So
hell,
thank
guys?
you for that. Oh yeah, welcome to the table.
Yeah,
Welcome to the table, Gaurav.
You don't know what you're getting into.
No, I guess not.
We were just trying to help people.
I had a nice dog.
So everything that is on that tip sheet that is in red is a story tier. Those are things that you can unlock that will affect the story or tonight's game in some way. Everything in black are various different things that you can tip for that will open up like mechanical things at the table. So you can tip for pieces of cursed Spanish gold. These allow one of the players to re-roll any trait roll, that's attributes or skill rolls, and they can keep the better of those two results. They cannot re-roll damage, and they cannot re-roll critical failures with this. But after they use it, it goes to me, and then I get to use it for any one of my devious things.
The hell?
Yeah, I know.
Very
That's
devious
why
of you.
it's cursed.
Oh.
The other thing you could donate for is a draw for a random one of the players at the table. They will draw an official card from the Savage Worlds Adventure deck. This gives them some narrative or mechanical control over the game. And a lot of wrenches have been thrown in my machinations due to these cards, so they are always fun. That other John Stewart. Thank you very much for the tip.
Jay Stu,
thank
what's
you.
up,
Hey,
Jay
Jay
Stu?
Stu.
So that's there, and then you can also eventually unlock some plot armor and I'll put out this cool piece of plot armor, and then we'll put a token on it.
That's cute.
This can be used at any point by one of the players to reduce the severity of some damage they are about to take by 1 wound, which is a really big deal in Savage Worlds.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Also, Pepsi Cooper, thank you for the bits earlier while we were all being quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the host,
thank you.
Savannah.
Thanks
Thank
for the
you.
host.
Oh, yeah.
Diana Ram.
In addition to that, guys, you can tip for a toast. So if you want us to toast to whatever it is you want us to toast to, whether it be some success you had for the day or really some sort of veiled note you want to give everyone at the party, like maybe if you think they need some help getting past some challenge I put in their way and you want to phrase that in the form of a toast, you can do that.
Or a tongue twister you think we won't be able to do.
There's also that. We will raise a
Whoa,
glass.
whoa.
We'll raise a glass and toast to whatever you want, provided you are not a jerk about it, which hasn't happened so far. So let's keep that trend rolling. The first 5 toasts can be unlocked using gold, which is the free currency that you earn just by hanging out in our chat. So you can spend BSP Care.
Thank you,
thank you,
BSP
BSP
Care.
Care.
You can spend 500 gold to unlock a toast, and then after those first 5 are used up, the next toast will be $5, and then 10, and then 15, and so on from there. That is just in an effort to keep us from having to stop the game constantly to toast things. Not that we don't love it, but eventually we should probably play the game you're here to watch us see. That sentence, don't scrutinize that sentence. That kind of lost the trail of
I
The
like
game
it.
you're here to watch us see.
You're here to watch us see.
Here to watch us see play game Mick role play.
Yeah,
Game roll.
for reals, y'all.
Roll games.
So let's recap. Let's recap what happened last week. I don't think anything of note happened last week, actually.
No.
So, well, yeah,
Well,
there was that. Oh, right, there was that whole thing where everybody in town wanted to get really, really helpful, aggressively helpful, so helpful that they started hurting or murdering or stealing from each other.
they broke into all the buildings around. One person ripped off another person's arm
did
because
happen.
they had a friend who needed an arm.
And Gabriel Pryor, why were they so helpful?
Well, there's still a lot of possibilities as to why people were so helpful. But it's probably because I told them to be helpful.
You did.
no.
You did. And
Did
they kind of misinterpreted what you meant, maybe.
Yes.
Nice Steve.
Hey,
Nice
nice
Steve.
Steve.
Thank you for the
Thank
15.
you. Yeah, so Gabe has been dealing with what seems to be a new, somewhat more than just skill-based amount of persuasiveness with people who have just been doing whatever he says when he tells them to do it in his weekly sermons. A little too effectively, and after the advice of a man who seemed to know a little too much about this and it threw Gabe off,
Mr. Gerald Richards.
Mr. Gerald Richards, Gabe decided in church to tell everyone that they should try and go to their neighbor and help them somehow.
Do
and
something nice for them.
Do something nice for them.
Help them out.
And everyone turned into fucking psycho zombies.
Some of them decided that they had childless friends who would make much better parents than the people that had children, and so took those children and tried to give them to other people.
Thank you, RJ.
Yeah.
RJ. Thank you.
500 bits right there.
Things got really violent. And then in the midst of that, a bunch of outlaws showed up and seemed to be using this situation to their advantage, almost as though they had some foreknowledge of what was going to be going on. But you used an adventure card to actually figure out that your power seems to only operate when you are in the church.
Yeah.
And that is the way that you can get people to bend to your will, as it were. So you were able to, with the marshal and his deputies' unwilling help, you were able to get everyone up into the church and kind of defuse the situation. And that is where we left off last time.
Yeah.
So,
And I think we all stayed in a hotel.
We
you did. You guys
That
did
night.
not stay in the church that night.
Yeah.
Things seemed a little wiggy weird. So let's saddle up on that note. Saddling up, and when I say let's saddle up, I mean I'm gonna saddle up because everyone else is already wearing their hats because they're so cool and dedicated. And let's draw some fate chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with our guest tonight.
Oh.
Howell Melton gets 3 fate chips.
Okie
Go ahead
dokie.
and draw those with no lookies.
No lookies.
No lookies. That's one. That's a white fate chip.
Is that good?
I mean,
That's another white
It's
fate
okay.
chip.
good.
But now this time,
All fate chips are
It's a
good.
red. Okay. 2 whites and a red for Howell Melton. Rosaline also gets 3 fate chips.
Yes. Okay, I got, one of each, white,
Nice.
blue, and
Nice.
red.
American flag.
American fate chips.
Oh.
Hey, thank you for the
Hey,
sub,
Buxton.
Peter
Thank you for the
Buxton.
sub.
Let us know in chat who you want to get that free piece of cursed Spanish gold, and that piece of cursed Spanish gold will persist between sessions.
Deal.
I'm gonna draw my 3 fate chips and then 2 extra for funsies.
Yeah, 2 extra for
Right.
those edges you took.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I've got luck, so I get 5 fate chips, and I got 3 reds, a blue, and a white, which is amazing.
But luckily,
Right,
you
but
have
red's
another
okay.
edge that allows you to spend any fate chip as a blue fate chip once per session, so you could turn a red into a blue.
Whoa.
well, I think I'll probably turn a white into a blue
You can do that
because
too.
Is blue the best or red the best?
Blue is the
Blue
best.
is the best.
Don't worry, I'm going to go over what they do.
Okay.
Red,
Cool.
I got 2 whites and a blue.
2 whites and a blue.
We-
Okay.
ooh, we got
And
lots
then
of blue today.
I get a fate chip for each one of the players at the table that I can use.
Get all red.
I got 2 whites, a red. You want me? Reds or blues for me? You want me to get whites?
Well, if you get the reds, though, they're not in there for us if we draw again.
That's true.
Science.
So guys,
I don't think that's
That's
science.
science.
after that real quick science lesson, white fate chips can be spent to re-roll any trait roll that's attribute or skill, and you can keep the highest of those 2. These can re-roll critical failures, so these are very useful, and they don't go to me afterwards, so don't worry about that. You can also spend one of these at any time to automatically remove the shaken condition from you in combat, which is a very bad condition to have in combat. It is like the first step towards dying. And you can also spend one of these to make a soak roll. If you are about to take wounds in combat, you can spend one to try and reduce the severity of those wounds. A red fate chip works just like a white fate chip, but you can also use it to add a d6 to any one of your rolls. However, if you use a red fate chip in that way, it goes to me, the marshal, and then I can use it for myself. And then a blue fate chip, just for illustrative purposes, works just like a red fate chip with no drawbacks. So you can use it as a white fate chip, you can use it to add a d6, and then it will not go to me. It just goes into the pot. I don't get any use out of that. So now you know fate chips.
Fate chips.
Let's get started. Okay, so some time has passed since last week. Or, well, hold on. Before we get started, we got some toasts.
Oh!
Toast.
Let's get toasty.
Wait, do you have vodka or tequila?
Tequila.
You
Good for
want some
the-
lemonade for it?
Oh, weird.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
In my shot glass is Coca-Cola.
So everyone,
2 Cokes, boom!
2
Well,
Cokes,
this is a
Bogue.
shot.
Where's your
of
other Coke?
This is a shot of Coke.
Shot of Coke Bogue.
raise your shot glass, guys. This one's from BSB Care.
BSB
Yes, we
care.
care.
And the toast is to the unsung heroes, to the producers of Saving Throw. To
the unsung heroes, to the producers of Saving Throw.
Set them up and knock them down.
Whoa.
Not that. Don't set them that far up. Don't put them too far down.
That's a
though.
toast.
We got another one. We got another one coming in hot.
Oh, God.
One day I'm just gonna do all tequila shots for the toast,
my
and it's
God.
gonna be a shit
Wow.
show.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it'll be a shit show.
This one is from Cifitrex, Young Master Cifitrex.
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 So here it is. To Summer's Dragon, it's their first stream. And to me, because I'm Cifitrex.
To Summer's Dragon, it's their first stream. And to me, because I'm Cifitrex.
Set them up, knock them down. Much like Spartacus, we are all Cifitrex in some way.
Wow.
And I believe, if I am not mistaken, you guys have also
Not a
unlocked
fan.
the first story tier.
Oh, thank you very much.
And the first story
Comment.
tier is called Stacked Deck. So, for the rest of this session, what?
Oh, I was guessing, but go ahead.
What were you going to guess?
Is it more jokers?
It is more jokers.
It's more jokers!
For the rest of the session, I'm going to shuffle 2 extra jokers into the initiative deck. Jokers, when drawn, let that person go at any point that they want to during combat, and give them a +2 to their attack
How
and
cool
damage
those
rolls.
jokers are, too.
They look very cool. We'll see them when they come up in the game, because with 4 of them in the deck, they probably
PJ
will.
regular. That's
Unless we
PJ
manage to
regular.
have another
Oh.
entirely combat-free session, because
Unless we do.
talk the enemies out of fighting us.
That did happen last time.
I tried to shoot people.
Sorry.
Did you miss?
No.
Oh.
Instead, he
No.
just intimidated them.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Too intimidating.
Bogue was affected by the helping, and so we had
Oh,
to deal
no.
with him for a
Yeah.
big period of the game.
It was bad.
Took him a
news.
while to shake it off.
Bad news bears.
Okay, so we've got that stuff cleared out of the way. So guys,
Yeah.
it has been a little time has passed since then. We'll say about a week and a half.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the town seems distinctly different after the events of that night. Now, most of the people who were affected only seem to have like vague recollections of what happened that night. It seems like on the whole, most of them don't remember largely what went on. And when they do remember, it's like they try not to think about it. But you do notice that the town seems different after that. Almost as if the events of that night have cast some sort of shadow over the town. The shadows seem a bit longer in town, and they seem to linger in an unnatural manner almost. Everything seems darker. Corners seem more foreboding just for having their lack of light. And it's strange, but when you're walking through the streets of town, you can almost hear snatches of whispers from time to time, as though there's someone speaking right behind you. But whenever anyone would turn and look, they wouldn't find anything there. And everyone is encountering this, which sort of lends itself to everyone walking around town somewhat quietly, shooting furtive looks all around, just kind of suspiciously. Everyone seems to be a bit withdrawn and on edge.
Did everybody get their valuables back?
Did everyone get their valuables back? I don't know. Did everyone get their valuables back?
I don't know.
What's up? What am I doing? What'd I do?
Oh, you're through a buttonhole.
I am.
Thing. Okay.
Is that the problem?
Well, you keep going in and out, so we were going to try and clear up your badge or something.
Oh, okay.
But,
Is there not a clippity clip?
Do like a binder clip or something.
Hold on.
Clippity clippity clip.
I can fix
clip,
this. Just
clippity
everyone,
clip.
don't listen for a
Turn your
sec.
mic off.
No, there's no time.
No.
Yeah, binder clip would work.
Oh, or a binder clip
Yeah.
would also work. Yeah, I'll agree to that. This is a much better
We can probably
solution.
put it here now if you want. Take it out of the button.
What?
Because that's going to point away from you. That's pointing down.
Oh my God, guys.
I'm sorry.
Mike's.
Now
I'm
you
just
can
trying to
turn the mic
help.
off.
Mike.
You've got
Mike.
time.
Hard lemonade.
Mike.
Right?
Mike?
Yeah? No.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I don't think so. It's pointing
It's
totally.
pointing.
It's
That
pointing
way.
toward it's pointing towards the printer, which is great.
Fix me.
Everybody wants to listen to the
We
printer.
should hear the printer. if
Can I
it
take us
goes
out of the
off,
button?
though.
Yeah, it's important. They need to hear the printer.
So guys, if you're wondering what tips do, don't buy clips for these awesome mics.
So that we don't have to use a binder clip.
Yeah. So I don't know, folks who were watching Never Tell Me the Odds last night, but we had a bit of a audio issue with some popping going on, and this is our attempt at a solution where we've gone back to our old microphones that use battery packs and such.
Man, Thursdays are tough.
Thursdays
Right,
are
they are
tough. But yeah, hopefully we're resolving one issue, but it seems we may be introducing another. But hey, look at that. That looks sharp.
Now you can hear me.
Real
And I
fancy.
look so good. All right, so yes, everyone seems to be on edge, suspicious, quiet, withdrawn, nervous even, perhaps even a touch fearful. But we were about to say, so those bandits convinced everyone to put all their valuables in a bag, which they did before coming up to the church. And then we kind of left that a bit nebulous. What did you guys end up deciding to do with that bag of valuables?
What did we decide to do?
What did the three of you decide to do?
I mean, Gabe was pro taking the valuables. I mean, things went pretty bad, and we kind of pulled the town together. At least we could take some of the valuables.
No, we're not taking any of them.
No one was into taking the valuables?
Well, I think Rosaline was, well, okay. It depends. The valuables were probably rich people's valuables, right? Mostly?
No.
They were kind of
No?
everybody's
No,
valuables.
The poor
'cause-
folks' valuables?
Well, what we
Everybody's valuable.
yeah, what we found was that people were using money that they didn't have. Like somehow people were getting money to pay to the church. That's how you guys were getting so much money, was because they were getting money somehow that they didn't have and selling things and all that stuff of their own valuables. So these are things that, yeah.
I mean, we didn't find that out specifically, but it seems like a pretty good bet. Like,
Yeah.
Like
when,
putting a little bit of two and two together.
Yeah. When Gabe says give generously in the church, it's almost as if they have no choice but to.
Yeah. I don't think Rosaline would want to if it's all the poor folks' items.
Gabriel, it appears that you might have been a bit
Well,
outvoted.
Gabe isn't going to fight the whole group on
Sure.
this one. But I don't remember coming into this town with a civic duty to improve the lot of the people there as my main goal. But
That's true. But, you know, there'll still be a collection plate passed on Sunday.
Of course.
Speaking of that, though, did you do a sermon on the Sunday after the events of that night?
Now that's a very good question.
Isn't it just?
Maybe a guest speaker.
Yeah.
Maybe you were ill?
I feel like Gabe was sick. that Sunday, and as much as he would love to bring the word of the Lord to that got kind of walking-y for a second there. As much as Gabe would love to bring the word of the Lord to Coldwater Creek, this Sunday I just am under the weather. I cannot manage to stand up in front of all of y'all and perchance spread that which I have contracted to all of you. So today we shall rest as the Lord did on the 7th day.
But you didn't tell that to the assembled people, right?
No.
Okay.
I think I told that probably to Prudence.
Yeah.
And had
Prudence
her
spread the word.
deal with spreading it to everyone else.
No one seemed super disappointed that there was no church service
Yeah?
on Sunday. Yeah, people just kind of wanted maybe to stay in their homes and just count their blessings while they have them. And speaking of the entire group, there has been no sign of Tortlaw since that night. When Presley Riddle fell into his coma and you went over to investigate, Tortlaw disappeared in a sound of feathers from behind you. But no one has seen nor heard anything from her since then. Now, this is not altogether unusual. She was not always so quick to rush into any sort of conflict, and she did tend to disappear for stretches at a time. But the fact that she didn't let you know anything and disappeared during the events of that night strikes you as a bit unusual. But you have no way of contacting her, really. So
Anyone got her number? Or
Wait, hold on, check my phone.
telegraph?
Well, I can go outside and make owl noises. I believe that is the extent of my knowledge of how to contact Tortlaw.
So, I think probably, now correct me if I'm wrong, you are still looking for Adrian Meeker.
Yep.
And you have some suspicions that he may now be operating in the area. This was one of the lieutenants of the Baron who you have been trying to track down for a while. And you got word that he was going to be moving up north, and there's been word of suspicious new bandit activity in the area as well. So I assume you've maybe been doing a little bit of ranging during the days to kind of see if you can catch any wind or word of this kind of stuff. Would you be utilizing Boyd Parker and his friend to help you out with this?
My recruits, basically?
Yes, your stalwart recruits.
I would. Yeah.
Okay. So they've been helping you out. What about these two? They find themselves with a lot of free time on their hands all of a sudden, not being so eager to rush into planning another church sermon. So maybe they would accompany you? Would you guys go out ranging with Bogue?
Yeah.
I think I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
I also think Gabe has been trying to find Gerald Richards.
Gerald Richards?
So any sort of information gathering mission I see would be.
Any attempts to find Gerald Richards have come up short. Just like Jeb said at the very end of last session, the drunken old man that you had given the charge of looking up information about Gerald Richards or talking to people, he found no sign of Gerald Richards. No one seemed to know who that was or had any knowledge of a person named by that name living in Coldwater Creek. So it's been pretty much a dead end, all of that searching. Everyone raise your glass.
Oh.
Okay.
We got a toast
Oh.
from Kira the Braid.
Kira.
And I suspect this is a test.
Uh-oh.
The toast is to me, Kira. You don't need a reason to toast a Kira like me.
Oh boy.
Okay.
To me, Kira. You don't need a reason to toast a Kira like me. Set him up and knock him down. Thank you very much, Kira. Hopefully we said your name correctly. So, yeah, it's been kind of nice to get out of town and clear your head. Just sort of be out around nature and get away from the oppressive kind of heaviness that's settled over the town. So you've been searching the area, kind of fanning out day by day and just riding a perimeter of sort on your horse. You guys don't have a horse, though. So how are you
That's why I
getting
was
around
laughing
out
earlier.
Canary!
Oh, canary.
Well, I mean, I ride with James, so.
there? Yeah, what do you ride, Gabe?
I should probably look into getting a horse.
Right.
Maybe eventually.
I really should have a horse.
I mean,
Well,
you
we
can
could rent one.
You could go to the Enterprise livery and rent a horse.
That's probably not a bad idea, especially since our other member who had a horse has disappeared.
Yes.
Along
Along with horse.
with horse. So I think it probably is worth it to go into looking to purchasing or leasing a horse.
Leasing
I believe you can rent to own a horse, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look into the pricing structure at Enterprise.
Leasing a horse would be a really bad,
Yeah.
really bad business practice.
Well, you can't put more than 15,000 miles on a horse.
Hey,
Civitrx.
Civitrx.
Thank you for the tip.
Imagine we would. I mean, if we're going to potentially be out for a while, it'd behoove us to get 2 horses.
I think that's probably a great idea.
So we'll say for the time being, you have been renting a horse from the livery for when you go ranging with Bogue. I don't imagine you guys go every day with him.
No.
But you
I
do
have
go.
clients to see, so.
Right. Yeah. The doc has been very insistent that you stop by at some point for your checkup.
Creepy. Yes.
Physical.
He's a good guy, but he's totally smitten with you.
Yeah,
His
well,
wife still does not know.
Poor lady.
She'll never find out, right? Never. That would never come up.
So you guys are spending some time today searching through the woods north of town. And it is slower going on a horse here because while there are some trails through the woods, they are not well maintained and they are definitely not meant for horse traffic. They are more like footpaths and things like that. So you kind of have to take some time to pick your way through the paths and make sure that your horses have the just the time and the vision to make sure that they are stepping surely.
I have my adventuring gear or whatever on my
Your
quick draw.
your
holster.
pants?
Yeah. Well, no, it's a skirt, but
Oh, right,
all
okay.
of my.
And are you
Horse.
riding with James or are you riding
No,
with
I've got my
Gabriel?
own horse.
Oh,
That's
you
what I was saying.
each have a horse.
We each have a horse,
I see.
Yeah.
so that we
Wow.
don't wear them out. In the same
Money
way.
bags, all right.
Well, I mean, yeah.
We'll debit that out of what you have. Oh, and speaking of that, everyone has already placed their orders with Doc James V on his flying air carriage, and he has taken off for headquarters.
Did I tell you? What
You
I
guys
wanted to
haven't
get?
yet, but I went ahead and sent him with your
Okay.
order, and then while you guys in real life take the time to figure out what it is you want to buy, he'll be placing that order for you.
Wonderful.
So we'll
Okay.
keep passing the Smith & Robards catalog around so these guys can get their stuff. Everyone make a notice roll for me.
Oh.
Oh, wait, hold on. First, silly of me. You guys are out on horses, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Aw.
Just
Look
a
at
nice,
that.
just a nice horse day.
Look at that.
Okay, make a notice roll.
Ooh.
So you aced?
Yeah, I did. And I got a 5.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Okay.
I also got a 6.
You also got a 6. So in Savage Worlds, in general, you want to get a 4 in order to succeed. Every 4 points you get over what you need to succeed is a raise, which is an exceptional success. And if you ace on a die, that's when you roll the highest amount on a die, and you get to re-roll it until you do not roll the highest amount. So they can keep exploding over and over again like that. So everyone succeeded. You got a 4, a 6, and a 6. You guys hear from up ahead through the trees what sounds like a large group of people shouting and thundering through the brush and the trees.
I hold up my hand. I hold up my hand to you two. I imagine you guys are behind me because I'm
Yeah.
slightly more experienced.
You're leading the range.
Yeah. So I hold up my hand, and does it sound like they're on horses, or just a lot of people walking through the brush, or
Would you roll?
a 6?
A 6. It just sounds like up ahead you just hear crashing and the shouting of men. You can't really make out if it sounds like they're on horseback or not.
Okay. I guess I'll just slowly. I'll have you guys just wait a little bit. Just hold back, and then I'll go forward just a little bit further. So let's see if I can see something a little bit more.
Are you on your horse?
I will get off Dot,
Okay.
and I'll like hand you the reins or whatever, and then I'll go forward.
Okay. Well, we have this map set up here. Let's put you guys over there on the far end.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah. And we'll say you're going along this path. So you get off of Dot there, James Bogue, and you are going ahead, leaving her behind with Gabriel and Rose?
Yeah.
I have my knife Scarlet drawn.
Okay. Do you have a weapon of any kind out or on you? Gabe?
I have my. I probably don't have my Derringer on me, but I have my Colt Peacemaker.
Okay, cool.
That I always wear.
All right. So you stop and you're going to try and approach and just sort of check it out?
Yeah.
Make a stealth roll for me.
Great. Eventually, I should have stealth.
Are you? Yeah, you're untrained in stealth, right? All right, so roll a d4 minus 2. Oh, that's a snake eyes. That is a critical failure
snake
on your
eyes.
stealth
God.
roll.
So you're like, I'll handle this, and you immediately crawl off your horse.
I broke my leg.
Yeah.
Real quick though, before we get into that, Nick, have we unlocked any other reward tiers
second. I'm sorry.
No worries. Because there might be something that could help you guys out.
Oh.
50,
60.
60. Okay, yes, we have.
Texas tumbleweed.
Hey!
Devin.
Texas Tumbleweed, Devin.
Ah!
Thank you very much
Well,
for
that
the
certainly puts us
donation.
over.
Well, yeah,
Which,
this does help you out. So
Which part
let's,
of the Texas Devin family is that?
The tumbleweed.
I think that's the west,
Tumbleweed.
even further west Texas.
Well, okay,
Devin.
the Texas
Maybe-
tumbleweed Devon family started in the east of Texas and have slowly been rolling west.
They have
Oh,
been.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
So we have unlocked a draw for one of you here at the table.
draw.
Excellent.
So let me roll a d4 here.
It's a one.
It's a 1. That's
Oh.
a James Bogue draw.
Whoa.
So draw James Bogue. And don't draw the same
That's
card
the
you
one
always draw.
That will help you right now.
Like literally, there's so many cards in here. Stop drawing the same one.
Is it the same one?
What'd you get? It's not.
No. Here comes the cavalry. I thought you guys would never get here. Help arrives on the scene from some source determined by the GM.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Pretty helpful.
Wow.
We could get some
and
help.
and we have also unlocked
Happening.
No, we don't need any more help.
a fistful of cursed Spanish gold for the table.
Oh.
So that's 3 pieces right there. And we have unlocked our second reward tier, which is called, hold on,
What's
I
it
have
called?
it here.
What's it called? Chat, tell
What is
us.
it called?
It's called Welcome to the Posse.
Oh.
We're going to give our new member an extra fate chip, just to
Aw.
show him
Yeah.
that we's good people here.
guys. It's a white
And
one.
It's a white
using
one.
common bond, I will give him all my fate numbers.
Wow.
That's mighty kind
Wouldn't know
of
what
you.
to do with them.
I do have the ability to give fate chips.
Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll keep
We
that in
also
mind.
have 2 more toasts, which we'll get into before we go over whether or not
Sure.
you want to cover that critical failure on your stealth roll.
Grab your bottle at the
This
bottom
one
so
is
I don't
another
smash
one
your thumb,
from Cifitrex.
'cause I feel bad. I was like, oh no.
Help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered.
Help
control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Set them up and knock them down.
I said spets.
Those two.
And then another toast. Who is this one from, Nick? The second one?
That's classic Bob Barker right there.
It is from Texas Tumbleweed Devon.
Texas Tumbleweed Devon
Texas tumbleweed Devon.
would like us to toast, and everyone pay very close attention.
Okay, I hear it.
If 2 witches were watching 2 watches, which witch would watch which watch?
Okay, easy.
If 2 witches were watching 2 watches, which witch would watch which watch? Set them up, knock them down. Our tongues are far from twisted.
Which Irish wristwatch?
I have not actually heard that one.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very
Those
much.
are some fun ones. So, you critically failed your stealth roll. Are you going to spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold? Okay, yeah, go ahead and. Oh, wait,
Wait,
hold
for a
on.
critical though, you can't.
That's a critical failure, so you actually can't
Yeah.
spend.
I was
to
just
be
showing
first.
chat that you couldn't do that.
It has to be a
guys.
fate chip if you want to do it.
You want to spend one of them fate chips? All right.
Twitch witches.
Come on, double snake eyes.
We're on Twitch.
Which
You want
You
me
can
to get double
watch
snake eyes
watches
again?
on Twitch.
Which?
All right, here we
Which
go.
witch would watch
Now you
Twitch?
got it. You
All
got
right,
it.
but that's a -2, so that's a 3
That is a 3, but you
God
could
damn it.
re-roll that with
with a cursed Spanish.
if you wanted.
That's true. You could.
Not that I want your pieces of cursed Spanish
So
gold
wait.
or anything.
So this is stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you kindly.
Wait, you got a 5, right?
Minus
-2.
two.
-2.
He does not have the stealth skill, so he is rolling
He's
it
not as stealthy
untrained.
as
The
we are.
stealthless fool.
I feel
Ah, there's
Okay.
an ace.
Whoa. I feel like you and I are just sitting there like,
Yeah.
Okay, there
is,
we
there
go.
it is.
So that's a
I was
5.
real bad at that.
That is a 5.
Don't
Okay.
normally say this, but if useful to have a taught.
Thank you for the
Thanks.
cursed Spanish gold.
Yeah.
Saved his
Thank you
hide.
so
I
much.
did. Thank you guys. All right, so you get off Dot and hand the reins to, I'm gonna assume Rosaline. Just a hunch.
She's got slightly more writing experience.
Yes.
Yeah. And Dot favors.
Right. Dot's a temperamental beast.
Yeah.
And you pull out your revolver and kind of come sneaking up through here. And here's what you see when you kind of peek your head around into this clearing past this wall of trees. You see a very beat up, fatigued, weather-worn, hungry, tired-looking man come running out of these trees here. We'll put him right about there. And you see crashing after him what looks like a large group of unsavory gentlemen with their weapons drawn.
I have. Oh, I already said this. Never mind.
And he is...
Wait, is your knife drawn?
Yes.
Which one though?
It is.
Which one?
Scarlet.
Okay.
Real close to me. Yeah.
He is fleeing in abject terror from these guys. He does appear to be armed, but he looks not in great shape. He looks like maybe he's a bit overexposed from being out in the wilderness. So, Howell,
Yes.
let's go ahead and give you 1 fatigue level.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So go ahead and take this fatigue marker and just put it on the fatigue, the level 1 fatigue thing there.
Gotcha.
You're going to have a -1 to all of your skill and attribute rolls until you can rest up. You're mostly thirsty. You've been overextending yourself in your searches, and you have been staying out in the wilderness for longer than is wise, and you are not feeling your best. And these men behind you are shouting out, "Now what were you doing? Poking around your head where it doesn't belong. Now you get back here. We just want to see what you saw."
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
Are you backing up?
I'm backing up from them. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so you're backing up, and they're kind of coming out of the tree line here, and they are bearing down on you fairly menacingly. Now, we don't take kindly to someone just coming out and poking their nose around where we're trying to conduct our business.
Look,
All right, now, what business did you have out there by us?
I'm looking for my wife.
We don't have her.
Well, I know that now. I'm sorry. So I can just go about my way.
See, and here's the thing. You can't just go about your way, because now you know where we are. So now, unfortunately, we're going to have to take care of you. And they pull out their guns and they all cock the hammer back. Now, if you has any last words that you want to say, I recommend saying them now.
I take off my hat. I put it to my chest and I say, "Ludi, if you're up there, I'm not coming yet." And I pull out my shotgun.
Oh, crap! Okay, so at that point, you make the connection and see that this is someone who is familiar to you. You didn't recognize him at first. His beard has grown out and he is much the worse for wear. But this is Howell Melton, the consummate frontier gentleman who helped you way back investigating that disappearing, potentially exploding miner.
Good with a shotgun.
He is.
I'll let him see if he can take care of himself.
All right.
Let's leave him to it.
Yeah.
So
He's got it well under
We're
control.
like, Poke, anything going on? You're like, no.
So you
Nothing
guys
we
don't
need
know
to
what's
worry
going
about.
on.
Yeah.
No.
You do. Are you going to take action?
I am going to take action, yes.
Okay, so they do not know you are here.
Okay.
So I am going to give you the drop because you are aware of them.
Okay.
You guys are just not going to be dealt in this first round because you
Okay.
don't know what's going on. I'm going to skip the music for this one. Okay, so, and this will be important. Peter Buxton would like to give his piece of Curse Spanish gold for subbing to Grub.
Woo! Nice.
All right, so you get your card, but you're going to go in on hold because you have the drop. So it's a Queen of Diamonds.
Great.
You can flip that in there. This is your card, 8 of Hearts, and they get a 4 of Clubs. So they're going to go last.
Excellent.
All right, so you can choose to try and interrupt at any point by making an opposed agility roll with whoever's turn you're going to try and come in before.
Okay.
And then you're going to get a +4 to your attack and damage roll because they have no idea you're there and you've caught them unawares.
Great.
But we're going to start with Howell.
Okay. I pulled out my shotgun, so
You
I'm
did.
going to take a shot as many of them as I can.
Okay, so you are at close range, and the shotgun has good spread for damage, but is not like a area of effect weapon.
Sure.
So pick out who you're gonna shoot for. I assume the guy in the front, who's the one who's been doing most of the talking.
Yeah, if I could shoot him in a way that maybe pushes him into somebody else behind him and kind of knocks him over, that would be
You
my...
would have to do a lot of damage to
Okay.
him for that.
Okay. I mean, it's a shotgun.
Sure, it
you're
is.
point blank shotgunning it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it'll
see.
probably do fine.
So if I could just adjust, like slightly turn this way and then maybe knock him that way.
That's mostly taken care of due to damage with the shotgun, but sure, we'll say if you get 2 raises on your attack roll, I will
Okay.
have you blow him backwards and knock into someone.
Okay, perfect.
As a special introductory feat. All right, so you just want to step there. You can actually choose to shoot and then make your move if you would like.
Okay, then
but we
yeah.
just need to know everything you're going to do on a turn to see if you need any penalties for taking more than one action. So
I
if
gotcha.
all you're going to do is shoot and then move,
Okay, so shooting it's a lever action. It does shoot. It holds 4 shots, but I have to reload before I have to reload. But
Right.
reloading shooting more than once is another -2 action, right?
You can't actually shoot a single action shotgun more than once in one turn.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot and then probably back up.
Okay, cool. And I would recommend backing up into the trees because you'll get a little bit of cover from that.
Perfect.
So go ahead and make your shot against
Okay.
this first guy. So you're going to make a shooting roll.
My shooting is D8, so I will grab a wild die.
And
Someone else who can shoot.
And because you are using a shotgun at close range, you get a +2 to your shooting roll.
Perfect. Cool. Perfect. Can I use this thing?
And then that's going to be -1 from your fatigue. So
Okay.
essentially just a +1.
+1. Okay, cool.
All right, so what do you roll?
That's
That's
not
a
good.
3.
3 plus, or well, nothing. So just 3.
5.
3 + 1.
This might be a good time to reroll.
Wait, no,
Whoa.
because a 3
No.
+ 1 is a
a
4.
four.
Oh, that's right.
And that's all you need to shoot right now.
That is success. Okay.
So that is
fair
a
enough.
success. You didn't get your raises. You
Right.
could re-roll if you want to try and go for the like special one-time offer with the shotgun move here.
Yeah. It's my entrance. I'll make it really good.
Yeah, right?
Let's do it.
Alright.
Cursed Spanish gold?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it. Cursed Spanish gold. It's the same exact roll.
The same exact roll.
Wow.
is the
Like
same?
exact, like both dice landed
Guys, it was
the
meant to
exact
be.
same
It
way.
was meant to be. So you shoot him. You solidly shoot him. So you're going to roll damage, which is 3d6,
It is.
which is insane
Wow.
because
Yeah.
shotguns are crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll 2 of these and 1 of them again.
Okay.
So that is 5 plus 6.
Oh, no,
Oh,
that
that-
aced, so you get to
that
roll it
aced.
again.
So
6
That aced again.
11, 17,
and a 5.
Oh my
So
god.
22.
22.
Great.
Okay, I know I told you raises on your shooting roll, but that's a pretty big raise on your damage roll, so we'll give it to you anyways. So you say a solemn word to your wife and then whip your shotgun out and just blast it at the guy who was talking, catching him totally unawares. They thought they had you cornered like an animal. And you just send him, like, you get him right in the gut, and he just goes sprawling back. And he is dead, and he knocks both of these two down. We'll say they're shaken.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm just gonna
Perfect.
give you that. I'm gonna give you that.
Are those metal dice?
These,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you want to see some?
All
I
right.
was just
So
wondering if
they're probably the same.
Now you wanna
brand as
move.
my
Oh yes.
copper dice.
So yes, I definitely want to.
like
I can
brass.
move. My pace is actually 6 plus 2. And then
okay.
so run, and then I don't run is an action. Too.
Run is an action, so
this
you
would
can
be
move
minus
8.
2. Okay, I got you. But I'm just gonna. I'm
But
just gonna move
each
8.
square of woods is gonna be difficult terrain, so it's gonna cost you 2 squares
Yeah,
of
it looks like it
movement
could be, like,
to
totally
move
the
through
same.
there.
Okay. Well, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is
Yes.
that enough to get covered?
Yeah,
behind
you
someone?
are in
Great.
light cover now.
Perfect.
Nice.
That is what I wanted.
All right. So hand in your card.
Here is my card.
Pretty good first turn there.
Pretty
All right.
good.
Now, Bogue, they are going to go now, unless you have anything to say about it.
Yeah. Can I get them from here? What's this range?
Count out the squares. It looks like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm gonna say it's
7,
medium,
8,
probably.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, that's gonna be medium range.
Okay.
So what's that mean? Like a -2?
Medium range is a -2. Yeah, I believe that's. Yeah. You guys have never shot at someone who was farther away than close range, so
Yeah.
I've actually
Not
never
really.
even had to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's -2.
We get up close.
We're in episode 6, season 2.
Yeah, you guys are always shooting at point blank range.
Okay. I'm gonna stay where I am,
Okay.
and I'm gonna yell out, "You boys might want to go back to where you came from," and just. I'm gonna fan the hammer.
You're gonna fan the hammer?
Yep.
Nice.
Whew. Okay.
Spray.
All right. So first, make an opposed agility roll to see if you can interrupt them before they.
Is it like -6 to all your shots though?
No, it's not minus. It's a -2.
To fan the hammer?
Yeah, I
I thought
believe.
it was -4.
But is that -4 now because of the range?
It's fanning the hammer. I think is worse than that.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a -4.
Yeah, I
to
think
all
it's a
the
-4
shots.
for all the shots. So it's gonna be a -6 for all the
Oh.
shots at range.
Oh.
But I have a +2 because I haven't moved because of my marksman.
You actually have a +4
And I have a
because
+4
you have the
'cause I have a
drop
drop.
on them.
So
Okay.
does that
-2.
negate everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no.
Not the
Well, no,
range.
no,
6.
you can't. Okay, hold on. We're
Yeah.
figuring out a lot of
Right.
bonuses here.
Yeah.
Marksman doesn't work for fanning the hammer.
Well, okay, right.
I don't
fine.
believe so. I'll check that before the next time.
That makes
But-
sense.
But for
That
right
makes
now,
sense.
I don't think that it does. So you have a +4 and you're at a -6. So you would be effectively at a -2.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right.
-2.
So first, interrupt their agility.
Yeah.
They rolled a 2. Can you beat a 2?
5.
You can. You get to go first.
Okay.
All right, so these two are shaken. And
Yeah.
you got 6 bullets. How do you want to send them, James Bogue?
Let's see. There's 6 guys. I'm gonna try to focus on the 2 that are shaken
Okay.
and that guy who's a little bit closer, the far left one.
That one?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
So
So a bullet to each of those?
a bullet to each of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or two
two-
bullets
two-
to each
two
of them?
each.
Okay, so let's start with this guy.
Let's see. Make sure I'm doing.
So is
the
he
right
rolling
one.
per bullet, or is it one roll for all?
He's going to roll per bullet
per
for
bullet.
this one.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a 3.
So that's a miss. Oh.
Ace.
Dow.
So that's 9.
That's a 9. So that's a success with a raise on that guy.
Yeah.
So do you want to roll damage now, or do you want to roll all your shooting things first?
Go
Go and roll damage. Roll damage.
I'll roll damage now.
So success with a raise on a shooting weapon means you're going to add an extra d6 to it
Okay.
because you hit him in a vital spot.
Oh.
Oh, crap.
Is he dead?
11, 14.
He dead.
He was already
15.
shaken. You are correct. He dead.
Yeah.
All right, so now you got 2 bullets going to this other shaken guy,
Okay.
who may or may not actually be a lady, it looks like.
That's a 4.
What? Oh no.
Okay, 4, that's a hit.
That
So
hit?
just a normal hit.
That's a
10.
10.
Right?
Yep.
Dead.
Okay, yep, already shaken, so also dead.
Nice.
Now
Double
2 on
dead.
this one.
2 for 2.
Oh wait, you need to be adding 4 to your damage too for getting the drop. So they're like mega dead.
Yeah, they're mega dead. Yeah.
Extra dead.
Double
Mega
dead.
dead.
Megan dead.
That's another 4.
That is another 4. All right, roll damage.
You found the hammer good.
You fan that hammer real good.
That's another 9,
like
10, 14.
14?
Yeah.
Just double checking real quick. Yep,
dead.
dead. That one is dead. Now you fired an extra bullet at that person, so we'll say that one just goes whizzing off into the trees behind them because they
It
already.
just
Doesn't just go
shatters
thunk
shatters
into
a
the
branch.
dead body.
Sure, it goes thunk into the dead body. You're gonna make sure he's super dead.
Yeah.
All right, now you can move if you would like, or you're not gonna move. You're just gonna stay where you are.
I'm gonna.
I mean, you are hidden there still.
I'll move. I guess I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I still in cover here?
No.
No, 5, 6.
There you go. So they now super know that you are there-ish.
Yeah.
Because you killed 3 of their friends, but they don't know where specifically you are.
But also, you guys just heard that I just fired off 6
Yeah.
rounds.
And yelled a
Yeah.
a quip before you.
You
did
also
it.
heard
Yeah.
some shouting and a shotgun blast, so you're pretty sure there's something going on.
I imagine as soon as that happened, we like got off our horses and
Yeah.
started tying them to the nearest.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hand in
I'm
your
like,
card,
Damn
James
it,
Bogue.
Bogue! You have to tell us things are happening before you start shooting people.
Right.
All right, now it's their turn. All right, so Howell, you are over there in the trees.
Yes.
These guys, let's see how far away from them you are. 1,
let my
2,
gun do
3,
the
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You are within close range for all of them. They are going to all take a shot at you.
Okay.
Because you're the only one that they can see. So let's
Okay.
see what their shooting is. It's a D6. All right, and you are in light cover, so they have a -1 to hit you.
Okay.
So this one's going to take a shot at you. That is a failure. They are not carrying El Chico weapons,
dang.
so their guns do not break.
I was hoping.
This one's going to take a shot at you. Okay. That would have been a hit, but it is not because of the cover. But you know what? I have these pieces of cursed Spanish gold. Let's spend one of those.
Reroll. Okay.
Oh, that's a 6.
Come on.
That's a 3. So that is an 8. That's a hit with a raise, actually. All right, so they're going to do some damage here. 6, 9, 10 damage. So what is your toughness?
7.
7. Okay, so that is
you're tough,
a hit
right?
without a raise. Yeah, Howell is a pretty tough guy.
All right.
He's the
Tough dude.
consummate frontiersman. So you are shaken,
Okay.
but you are not wounded.
Okay.
So what you do here is just put this little shaken token right next to your guy.
Okie
The
dokie.
first thing you're going to have to do on your turn before you can do anything else is see if you can unshake.
Okay.
Now, this one still gets to make an attack against you, though, so let's see what they do. Nope, that is a miss.
Okay.
All right, so they do that, and then they shout out, there's someone else here! Take cover! And they are going to run into the trees here, and they are going to fall prone.
Those prone fallen motherfuckers.
So everyone is at a. They basically get a +3 to their defenses against ranged attacks. All right, so that is the end of that round. So everyone is now aware there is a combat going on.
Right.
Everyone is going to get dealt in, and we will start with.
We're still kind of back.
James
Like,
Bogue.
we fighting? Fighting happen?
Does
are we
anyone
doing,
need
James?
us?
We on?
Oh, we fought now.
We on?
James Bogue,
like
you don't
we're
want that
fighting.
two of diamonds. You're quick.
I think we're fighting.
How about this ace of spades?
We'll take that.
Will that do you?
Whoa!
Gabriel
Ace of
Pryor.
Spades.
Jack of clubs.
Yeah.
Rosaline. 5 of diamonds. Sorry about that.
Not as good. I don't like
Howell. Queen of spades.
Queen of
Where's
spades.
my?
And the remaining outlaws. Queen of clubs.
Ooh.
Why did I get a number
Oh,
card?
wow.
It's a high round except for Rosaline.
Hey
All
guys,
right.
Aces and Face Club. Yeah.
Face close.
No time. All right. James Bogue, you're up first.
I got to reload.
You did. You did spend your entire round of chambered bullets there.
Shoot
So
outside the screen.
are you going to try and reload and shoot?
I'm going to reload and go.
Do you have the speed reload?
I
Edge?
don't have speed loading. No.
Think about it.
Yeah.
If you want to keep fanning that hammer, I'm just saying.
I know.
You can reload and take the multi-action penalty because you just have a revolver. It's not a complicated reload weapon. So you can reload in this round real quick, like Roland Deschain from the previews of the Dark Tower movie.
I was
which
just
is,
about.
which is all I have seen because
I haven't seen the full thing, but
Yeah.
when he like in the air.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
You can do that and then have a penalty to your shot, which he definitely would not have. Bogue kills with his heart.
Yeah.
That was very
That
quick.
was really like
super
how
quick.
did that happen?
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you for the tip.
I have not forgotten the face of my father.
Was that just a coincidence?
No, I very
There's
much
no
doubt that.
way.
That was
All right.
super quick.
Thank you,
Well
Sai.
done.
I know
We're on a
this
30-second
was
delay,
right
aren't we?
on.
We're like a
How did
12-second delay.
happen?
So,
Thank you, Sai.
what would you? Thank you, Sai. What would you like to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Cautious James Bogue.
Yeah, I'm gonna load up and I'm gonna go prone.
Okay, so you're gonna load up and go prone. Why
Face
waste the
plant.
bullets? Okay, hand in your card. A very cautious way of spending your turn. All right.
Yeah.
Who's up next? We have Queen of Spades, which goes
Not
before
me.
clubs.
Okay.
So
cool.
you are up next, Howell.
So
And first things first, you are shaken.
right. Okay.
So you have to make a spirit roll in order to unshake,
Okay.
or you can just spend a fate chip to automatically unshake. But I would recommend what you can do is make your spirit roll, and then if you fail it, choose to spend the fate chip.
Oh, you can do both?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then what? Oh, spirit. Okay. That is a d6 for me.
So remember, you're going to be at a -1 because of your fatigue,
Okay.
but you get your wild die too. So let's see what you got.
Oh.
You aced
I
it.
mean, you
So I mean, you
So-
can re-roll it. There's really no point in.
got it.
No, let's do it.
Do I regain
Okay.
health? Do
I wanna
get-
see how
if I ace
fancy
this
it
twice,
is.
so I regain health?
No.
Can we bargain with him? Does this work?
yeah,
This is a win?
totally.
That's a win.
It's a one.
All right, so a 6 altogether.
Great.
So you unshake. So
A
you
6
Perfect.
altogether.
you shake off that close encounter that you had with being shot to death just then, and you are back in the game. So what would you like to do?
Jordan, make sure your computer doesn't go into automatic update mode.
Oh, let's do that another time.
Oh,
thanks.
That would have been real bad. So explain running to me, because it's a d10. Does that mean I roll a d10 and add my pace to it?
So you are fleet-footed. So
Right.
rather than rolling a d6 to run, you get to roll a d10.
Okay.
So if you choose to run, you will roll a d10, add that to your pace, but then any other action that you take during that turn, you'll be at a -2 for.
Okay, cool.
So that is great for fleeing or for closing the distance with somebody.
Okay. I think that's what I want to do.
Okay. You want to try and run up to them?
Yeah, so basically I'm going to leave cover.
Now, much as it pains me to point this out, 12 feet is still close range with a shotgun.
Even they have cover.
I
and
mean,
are
12
prone.
spaces. Yes, they have cover and are prone. So if you were right next to them, you would get rid of the prone
Then
advantage.
You'd be attacking their.
Parry instead of trying to hit a 4.
Which could be worse.
Yeah.
Would it be better if I use a melee weapon? If I was next to them? Is that better than a shotgun at that point?
Still be attack.
It's the same, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe closing.
Depends on the damage of the
Well,
weapon and your fighting skill and
And
stuff.
actually, you get a +2 for shooting with the shotgun
Right.
because it's a shotgun. So it's probably going to be better for you to use the shotgun.
Okay.
Bear with us, guys. This is Howell's only his second time at the table, so we're all getting a crash course refresher in the Savage Worlds combat rules.
This is good. We didn't get any combat last session, so
Yeah.
Bogue is itching to shoot something.
Well, you did already.
Yeah.
You shot it real good, Bo.
Rosaline's got a
shoot
card
real
she's not gonna
good.
Get there.
Yeah, I know. She's
You know what?
just
I'm
like.
in a good place. I'm going to shoot them with a shotgun from here.
You're
I
gonna
think
shoot
it's
them from
fine.
here?
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice.
Okay, so
I think Gabe is honestly a little like, all right, we'll just shoot these people. That's fine with me.
so you are going to be at an effective -2. because they have light cover. They're prone, so that's a +3. And then you have a -1 for that, so that would be +4. And then you get a +2 for shooting, so -2 all day. -2 all day.
-2 all day.
Who are you shooting?
All day, every day.
I'll shoot the closest person to me, which
Closest
is
one?
this person here.
All right, take a shot.
That is a 5.
-2
so success.
is a 3,
Oh,
which
that's
is
right.
a failure.
You could
Yeah.
re-roll it.
With a fate chip?
Yeah,
You could, or you can use.
You use one of
Spanish
our
roll.
cursed Spanish.
Oh, that's a
gold.
community pool?
that is the
Yeah.
community pool.
I don't think I'll do that. I'll use a fate chip for this one.
Okay, spend a fate chip.
Only subs can give us a specific reroll.
Yeah.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Also true.
Actually, no one can. prevent
That's still a
forest fires.
5.
That is still
Still a
a
5.
3 altogether.
I'll miss this time.
All right, so you try and line up a shot, but at the last minute they see what you're doing and duck down further, and it just goes blasting right over their head.
Drat.
Would you like to move?
Yes, I'm going to move further away.
Further away?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, okay, just a purely in-world question. So someone started shooting at these guys, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're a friend of yours. So do you want to move closer to the mysterious shooter who just dropped a bunch of people?
Well, I feel like when they talked, I turned and saw them from that distance. It was only like, what, 15, 30, 20 feet away?
Possibly. I mean, he was hidden because he had made a successful stealth roll. So odds are you didn't really get a glimpse of who it was. You might have seen some movement and heard where the voice came from.
But they did shoot at the people I was shooting at.
They
So
did.
that's what I'm
Right.
going
And the
for.
enemy of your enemy could be your friend.
Yes.
Okay.
So, as I turn this corner, I can probably see at least them two.
Yeah.
Probably.
And I recognize you, and you're in the trees, so I can maybe assume that you're there. I don't know who you are, but I've
Nope.
heard of you. So I just kind of,
precedes
put my back against a tree with my shotgun and kind of tip my hat and kind of nod my head.
Well, that's Howell Melton.
So we have a relationship with this person.
We do a bit, yes.
All right, turn in your card. All right, next up are the outlaws. There ain't gonna be no running away from this. Don't matter if you got one friend hidden out there. We're gonna get you. But they don't sound like they are fully going to do that. And you hear that's this one up close that you almost shot at. But you hear these two in the back, just barely. You hear them. We should run. We should get out of here. This has gone south.
I think it kind of does matter if they have a friend out there.
So
Shot 2 of us dead.
this
kind of speak for all of us.
this guy is kind of losing his stuff. He's gonna try and shoot you.
Okay.
But he doesn't know where you are.
Yeah.
So what he's going to do is he's going to blind fire, which I believe is a -4.
And he's at a -3 because I'm prone undercover.
Right. So a -7 altogether.
Great.
However,
He
even
can.
if he still hits you,
Uh-huh.
because he doesn't know exactly where you are, you get to make a stealth roll.
Oh.
And if you make it, he misses.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So
Great.
he's just shooting
So
at the
it's
direction
almost
he
impossible
thinks
to
you're
hit
in. Yeah, but he's going to go for
He'll
it.
miss and he'll hit you guys. That's cool.
So he has to ace this like twice or more.
So he gets
Yeah.
up and walks over there and just kind of just sights the area that he's pretty sure the voice and the shots came from, and just he's gonna double tap. So he's gonna fire off 2 rounds real quick and add a +1 to his shooting roll.
He's got a double action.
Ooh.
He does have a double action.
He'd have to ace it
Oh.
3 times.
So there's a 6.
See? Oh my God. Okay.
There's a 4, and then I'm gonna spend a red fate chip to add a d6 to this.
Okay.
Ooh.
Of course you will.
Ooh.
God, I thought it
So
was-
that's a 15 -7,
Yeah.
which is still an 8. So that's a hit with a raise, actually.
Okay.
Wow.
But before he makes this shot, go ahead and make a simple stealth roll, and if you succeed on this, he misses no matter what.
Okay.
Oh, you aced the 4. Don't roll a 1.
Oh.
You aced it again.
Nice.
Well done.
Roll it again.
So he comes.
Keep it keeps acing. Oh.
Oh.
He becomes invisible.
That's really good.
Wait, what?
Is
The predator.
tree.
That is a really good stealth roll for someone who does not have
I
stealth.
know, right?
Right?
So
I think
he,
I picked something up.
he kind of stands up from cover and just shouts out, "This is for my friends, you son of a bitch!" And he catches sight of your hat, just as you duck down, and he sights the shot. He has you dead to rights, but what he doesn't know is you had your hat up
On
on
a
your
little
hand,
stick.
on a stick. He shoots the hat,
Yeah.
but you are totally unfazed.
Oh man, the classic hat on a stick
Yeah.
trick.
What?
You fell for that?
Hat on a stick! Crap!
That's double a stealth, no
Cheese
question.
it! And he is, let's see, that was 1, 2, 3. He's going to go 4, 5, 6 and just start fleeing. These guys are also going to run. So they're going to make their run roll, which is a 3. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they will go comparably. And that is their turn. They are not having any of this today. Half of them are dead. What is happening? All right.
What's like the rules for like talking in between combat or during combat?
Very similar to D&D. Assume that each combat round takes about 6 seconds.
Each person's turn.
Each person's turn is happening simultaneously in a 6-second time frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just very similar to D&D.
Okay.
All right. So next up is, I believe, Gabriel Pryor with the Jack of Clubs.
All right, well, Gabe is going to dismount and just kind of run over to Bogue to see what's going on there.
Okay, dismount, run over to Bogue, and then you're just gonna do what? Ask him what the deal is. You just saw him put his hat on a stick and just kind of like hold it up like that.
It got shot at.
Gotta get a new hat.
No, I just got the top of the.
So I
glazed one.
probably heard the people saying that they're.
You've heard all of this at this point.
Okay, yeah.
They're
so
shouting.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run over to him, take out my weapon, and get prone near Bogue. Yeah.
Okay.
We're all lying on the ground.
So you both have your
Reinforced
faces
there.
next to each other. Do you want to say anything to him?
God, Bogue, you gotta tell us before you start firing at people.
I think the gun spoke the words that needed to be
Well,
said.
you're right. This time it worked out well, but other times it could be quite useful for all of us to know that we are in a firefight situation.
All right, hand in your card. All right, Rosaline.
All right, I'm going to follow Gabe. And as I do, I'm going to pull. So I have Scarlet, and then I'm going to pull one of my throwing knives as well.
Okay. All right, hand in your card.
And much the same. What's
Now
going on here?
we're all lying on the ground in the woods.
And
saw
yeah,
Howell Melton.
you just see them just go running over to these bushes, and everyone just sort of dives into it, and you're like, "What is with these people?"
I'm literally just like laying like this, like holding up.
All right.
Oh, hey guys.
so James
see
Bogue,
Yeah.
2 of clubs.
Nah.
Not interested. How about an 8 of diamonds?
I'll take it.
All right. Gabriel Pryor, Jack of hearts,
That I will keep.
Knave of hearts, some call it, King of
I'm
spades,
king this time.
for Rosaline.
I joined the face club.
Yeah.
Ace
face
of
up.
diamonds for Howell Melton,
Whoa.
Yeah.
and
Aces and faces.
for our
Yeah.
hapless outlaws, a 2 of hearts. Wah, wah. All right. First up is Howell.
Okay. When I see them two jump into the woods with James, and I hear or see them running away, I'm just gonna poke my head out and just kind of. Can you guys see me from there?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
they can see
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I saw you run up this way, so.
And I see you guys pulling out your weapons at least, and I'm just kind of holding my shotgun, being like, just wait. And I'm just gonna peek around the corner and make sure they are actually running away.
Okay.
And so I'm just gonna take no action.
Do you want to hold your action?
As long as I can still do what I just did.
Yeah, basically all you did was take a free action to
Yes.
signal to them wait,
Yes.
and then you're kind of waiting to see what they're doing.
Perfect.
So flip your card over.
Cool.
And then you can choose to jump back in and try and interrupt anyone, just like James Bogue did earlier by
Okay.
making an opposed agility roll.
Perfect.
All right, next up is, I believe, Rosaline.
It's me. Well,
Rose goes.
so from here, I mean, can I see this guy?
You can. So the trees here are not as dense as they are pictured. Think of it more as sort of like light underbrush
Okay.
and trees.
So I'm just gonna say to James, where are we at? Do I need to go after this person?
I think they're turning tail and leaving. It might not be worth it.
All right, so she's just going to hold on to her throwing knife still, and I'll go and hold as
You're gonna hold your action as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Gabe, you're up next.
Gabe goes, well, just in case. And, he's just in the mood to, like, shoot at people.
Okay. It's been a rough week.
It has, and I think he's just like, it would be kind of cool to try and kill someone at the moment.
Should have told you to bring my rifle.
Wow.
Well, it looks like, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You are just outside of close range. You could stand up
This is different than this.
and move closer. Yeah, that's different.
Well, I'm gonna take a medium range shot because I think this is more about shooting than it is about trying to actually.
Hit.
Okay,
Like
make your
it.
shot at a -2.
Burn
All right.
them. Well, just maybe.
6
-2 is a 4.
I still hit.
That's a hit.
So yeah, that was with my Peacemaker, which has a damage of 2d6 plus 1.
Pretty standard damage for revolvers.
That is a 10.
That is a 10.
Mm-hmm.
That is enough to shake and kill.
Wow.
So as this one's going, get out of here, guys! I don't know what's going on. He just gets shot right in the back, and just exploding out of the front of it.
And
He goes down, and these two just go, oh crap! And they are continuing to flee. Would you like to move at all, Gabe?
I think I'm gonna stay with the group.
All right, hand in your card.
Can't.
Well, then keep it. Might get
I
to
can't
you.
pick it up. I've been trying.
James Bogue.
You guys didn't happen to bring my rifle, did you? No? Okay.
You didn't tell us there was a firefight going on.
Well, you should know to bring my rifle.
This is why coordination is important.
Yeah. You didn't bring it? Okay, well. No, I'm gonna stand and then get out into the clearing and just like see if they're going and just I'm not gonna waste a bullet trying to get them.
Okay. All right, turn in your card.
No.
Nobody
No, you
can
also
pick
have
up
to do
cards
it.
today.
You guys have to turn in your cards. And just much like they said they were going to, they are continuing to flee from the terrifying murder people that they accidentally
wasn't a ruse.
We aren't even as
poked a
terrifying
stick
as
into.
normal.
That's 4, so that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you guys going to pursue them as they try and run off?
I am not.
I mean,
Okay, then they are going to flee, screaming into the distance. Everyone, hand in your cards. That combat
are
round
they important?
is over.
Yeah.
I don't even actually
we?
feel any connection to this person we're defending.
Too late.
So
Everyone, that was a pretty good fight. Let's raise a glass.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Courtra has spent 500 gold to unlock a toast. A goblin cheer from Iggy Poo, the Goblin King. 1, 2, 3, woo! A goblin cheer from Iggy Poo, the Goblin King. 1, 2, 3, woo! Set him up, knock him down. Thank you very much, Courtra.
Thank you, Courtra.
All right. So you guys find yourselves alone in this clearing.
well, I'm gonna stand up. That's what I'm gonna do.
So yeah, I watch them go, and then I just like put that away, and then I turn to Hal. What the hell is going on with you, buddy? Who the hell? What?
What happened here?
I also get up and brush the dirt off of my my outfit. And
I'm gonna stow my shotgun and just kind of dust myself off and like.
Do you want to reload it?
No, not
Okay.
not at this moment. No.
Okay.
And walk up to Bogue and the gang and say like, Bogue, you saved my tail.
Well, I knew you could have handled it.
Maybe, but I'm pretty tough. But 6 men and out in the woods against one lone gunman.
Why were you being chased by 6 men?
I came looking around their parts for something, and they didn't quite like that.
You actually stumbled upon this group sort of scouting out in the woods. Now, you've been looking for Ludi. You've been on her trail for a while now, but you haven't had many leads at all, which is why you've been ranging further and further and staying out longer and longer and really pushing yourself, which is why you're kind of in a bad shape right now. These guys were walking a perimeter as though they themselves were guarding something. So you don't know what exactly it was they were guarding, but as soon as they caught sight of you, they took off after you.
Okay.
now, I hate to break this tone of mutual familiarity, but I'm afraid I have not had the pleasure.
Oh, I'm very sorry myself. Howell Melton, you must be
Gabriel Pryor.
yes,
good to
Gabriel
meet you.
Pryor,
I'm
the preacher.
Yes.
I did say back there to hold your iron, but it seems like you felt like a man who needed to shoot.
Well, maybe I did not hear you completely properly. Let's just say it has been a tough week in Coldwater Creek.
We've had a run-in with some bad folks, and it's hard to know if maybe they were a part of them.
I see. Rosaline,
Yes.
good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
And where's Miss Law?
That we don't know currently. She went off as she does sometimes. She'll probably be back at some point.
Toward law is like the weather. She comes and goes, and there's not much you can do to truly have any control over it.
Well, I understand that. I hate to be a bother, but do any of you have some water I can maybe?
Oh, of course. I imagine we have all that stuff back with our horses.
Yeah, so how long were you guys planning on being out? Like, do you go out, like, for the day and come back at night, I assume?
Yeah, I'd imagine like maybe like six hours, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're not prepared for, like, overnight stuff. So you guys maybe have, like, a couple, maybe half empty canteens that you can share with water skins or whatnot.
Yes, I mean, I'll walk back over there and go curse and just grab one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much drink the entire thing.
Yeah, he glugs it down greedily, and now that you're closer to him, you can see he seems sunburned. He seems dehydrated. He looks the worse for wear. He also seems really tired, as though he hasn't been sleeping that well. It's going to take you a little more than half a canteen of water to recover this fatigue. You're going to need a good
Thank you,
night's
the Bard.
rest
That's
and a
fair.
solid meal. Thank you very much, the Bard
For
1971.
465 bits specifically.
Right?
Ah,
What is it that you're doing out here? You seem like you need to get home, rest a bit.
that would be nice if I had a home to go to.
What do you mean you did before? What happened?
Well, a lot's changed since the last few months and I saw you folks. I guess we'll start from the beginning. About 4 or 5 months ago, I was at the ranch, and just another day, blue skies, a nice breeze, a good harvest, and I was in the barn taking care of the harvest, getting it ready for a local trader that's coming by to pick it up, and then she appeared. This woman, I'd never seen her before. She was dressed in white, a little eerie. I didn't feel threatened by her. I felt a little spooked. And before I could ask her anything, she told me that this wasn't personal. This was necessary for the sake of progress. And I didn't understand, but before I could say anything else, I was clubbed in the back of the head by some bitch, and pardon my language,
It's all right.
I was out like a light. When I came to, the barn was on top of me. I was under the wreckage, and I tried to crawl out best I could, and what I saw was the rest of the ranch on fire, and the screams of Ludi. It seems that they'd taken her away. I'm glad she's not dead, but I'm looking for her. I've been looking for her ever since I could. I know I spent a few months with a doc trying to get rested and well enough so I could walk, but I've lost the trail. I've been looking everywhere. I know she's out there somewhere. I know she is. I don't know where to look.
You didn't recognize this woman?
I've never seen her before in my life.
Did you see the men who took your wife?
I didn't. No, I didn't see.
We
I didn't
haven't
see
had the
anyone else.
best luck of in recent times helping people find their lost family members. So
I understand it's hard out in the West to find somebody.
Everyone make a smarts roll for me except for Howell.
I got a 6, so it ace.
Ooh.
That's an 8.
7.
7, 8.
Ooh, I got an 8 that aced.
Ooh.
6, no.
15?
15.
All right.
Rose's smart as fuck.
So she puts this
Real
together a bit
smart.
quicker than you two guys
Well, I
do.
put it together pretty quick.
Yeah.
You
I
do,
mean,
but not
it's
quick
just
enough.
not as quick. It's okay.
The mention
I read books.
the mention of his ranch being on fire compels you to ask him how long ago this happened.
When did this happen?
About 4 months ago.
About 4 months ago, I reckon.
Wonderful.
That's around the same time.
Around the same
That's
time
Holbrook
Holbrook
time?
came to town.
It sounds quite a bit like Holbrook, doesn't it?
I don't think that we could call it a coincidence at
No.
this point.
Well, if that's...
I mean, you could.
Have you heard of
We made high smarts rolls, so no.
what was his first name?
Colt Holbrook.
Have you heard of Colt Holbrook, who came through here around that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely familiar with that a lot of the town being burned down and
We've run into something a bit like this before. Around the same time, a house that was burned down and the whole family was killed as well. So
I
it
see.
might be the same folks, which actually, James, didn't you come upon some people who were working with somebody in the area that said they were working for Holbrook, right?
Yeah, outside of town, people said that they were working with Holbrook.
I mean, maybe that's an area we should look, or you should look for your wife.
I'll try anything at this point, but I am concerned about what these men were up to in this forest, and just a moment. I'm gonna walk over to the corpses and see if they have anything on them that could.
They have their guns and some bullets.
Okay.
One of them has a water skin. One of them has like a moldy piece of cornbread wrapped in a napkin.
Is a water skin full of water?
It is. It's like a quarter full.
I'm gonna drink it. And
Okay.
Take it.
Drink that water.
All right. Collecting some water skins. But apart from that, no. It looks like they were out on like either scouting, ranging, or out on some sort of guard duty,
Okay.
like it looked like to you.
Okay.
So they didn't bring a lot with them, just what
Okay.
they needed for their.
So me, I'm a woodsman. That's one of my edges. I'm good at tracking and survival. And since we are out in the wilderness, is there anything I could look at, like maybe their boots, to see where they came from? If there's any different sort of terrain, like if they came, whatever they were guarding was in
Sure.
the vicinity.
They have
Sure.
a certain type of silt mud on their boots.
Yeah, let's pull a Sherlock Holmes. Make a tracking roll for me
Okay.
to inspect their boots.
Okay.
Can I help him out? I have tracking as well.
If Howell is fine with it, I'm fine with it.
I could take a look. Maybe we can share notes. I've been tracking these boys for a little while. We might be able to assess where they are coming from.
Well, James, I didn't catch you as a tracker of a man. I thought you were shoot first, ask questions later kind of guy.
He's quite a good tracker, in fact.
Well,
James has some depths that might take a little time to get used to, but I assure you there's more to all of us than meets the eye.
Well, by all means, and also I want to say I am sorry about your hat. And if we get back to a place where I can get the supplies, I would love to fix it for you.
It's okay. It gives it character.
Oh, wonderful.
It's just a bit frayed at the top, actually. Mostly just skimmed the top of your hat. All right, so the way cooperative rolls work is you're going to make your roll first because I think Howell has a better track, so it makes sense for you to help him out.
Okay.
So for every success and raise you get, you're going to add a +1 to his roll.
Are you a freelance haberdasher?
Am I a freelance haberdasher? What does that mean?
That's hats.
Hat maker.
Oh, no, I'm good at repairing. I have a repair skill, so I can repair things.
Nice.
All right, so I got a 4.
That is one success. So you get to add a +1 to this, which is basically going to cancel out your fatigue
Okay.
penalties.
And I have a +2 to rolls for survival.
You
correct?
do because you are out in the wilderness.
So this is just a +2 then, essentially.
Yeah, just a straight +2.
That's a failure.
No,
that's
that's
a
a
4.
4 plus 2, which is a 6.
Oh, because we're counting this, right? Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
when you have your wild die,
Right.
you get to keep whichever one is highest.
I see. Okay. So that's a 6.
That's the benefit of being a wild card. That's
Well,
one of the
that's
many.
just like fate always kind of working out in your favor a little bit.
Gotcha.
However, only wild cards can critically fail, so that is the other side of that.
Fair.
Okay, so you spend
The
a little
gods want it to
time.
be a little more entertaining, basically.
You spend a little time inspecting their boots, and James points out 1 or 2 notes of interest that you kind of both compare notes. It does look like their boots are muddy. You see a fair amount of pine needles and things like that make it look like they've spent a lot of time around trees. So if you had to guess, they definitely are holed up somewhere out in these woods, or potentially at the base of the mountains where there are some more like coniferous trees. Either or. It could be that they came from there and were searching out here or guarding or walking their perimeter, whatever it was they were doing. Or it could be that they passed through that area on their route. But definitely they've been spending a lot of time somewhere with a lot of moisture and trees.
So what I'd like to do is, since I've been ranging around and trying to find these guys, I'll ask you like where you ran into them.
Okay.
And then I imagine I have some sort of map or something of Coldwater that I've maybe been tracking where I've run into, like
Sure.
campfires or anything like that,
Sure.
to try and get sort of a
Like triangular.
try and pinpoint where they are or
Well,
how far they are.
And this is big for you because despite all of the looking you've been doing and you've had Boyd and his boys doing, this is the first time you've actually encountered any of these men apart from that campfire that you ran across.
Right.
So this
Okay.
is very helpful. So you're wanting to like look at your map and kind of like
Basically, look at my map and see, like, almost triangulate, or at least see, like, how far they're coming out, and stuff like that.
the forest and beyond it. Forest is a strong word for what these trees are here in Colorado, but the forested area, the woodsy area, is kind of one of the last remaining areas that you haven't scouted really well, mostly because it's been a lot easier to take your horses out on the plains and hills around the town. This is sort of like the area that you haven't very thoroughly checked yet, so it does seem promising somewhere in here or through here they could be holed up.
Okay.
Everyone make a notice roll for me, except for Howell. 4.
I got a 5.
5.
I got a 6.
6. All right. So once again, you're kind of checking out your map.
I got to roll.
You're noticing that Rosaline is looking with concern at Howell, which is what makes you look that way as well. But Rosaline is the first to notice that Howell looks like he could really use a rest. Howell looks like a man who has pushed himself further than he necessarily needs to.
What time of day is it?
It's the late afternoon.
So how far out are we from town?
You guys are a decent ways out into the woods, probably a couple hours. You were about to probably head back.
Yeah.
How you look like you need somewhere to stay. Do you have somewhere you've been staying?
Well, you're looking at it. I've got my backpack and a bedroll, and
Well,
but at the same time, I know I look like hell, but this is the first sort of anything I've gotten that might lead to something, and I don't know if I can let this trail go cold, but...
Curse, but it looks like you need a good rest to be able to actually not die when you're searching for your wife.
All right. No, you're right. What do you suggest?
Maybe you should come back with us.
well, it seems to be the regular course of things that we take vagrants into the church on a somewhat regular basis, and I don't see why that's going to change anytime soon.
But maybe we won't take you into the church. You can stay at the hotel.
Well, that's actually a good question. Have you guys returned to staying in the church?
I do think I've returned to the church.
Have you, Rosaline?
I think that yes, but I imagine we're all quite a bit more careful about talking in the church.
Yes.
I imagine that whenever you are speaking with Gabe in the church, Gabe and everyone else is very careful to make sure that Gabe makes no statements that seem in any way imperative.
That's exactly what happens. I'm like, it would be great if I had the salt instead of it being over there.
We probably do a lot of things like, hold on, if you have too much to say, let's go outside.
Breakfast?
We had Rosaline and Gabe sort of discussed all of this, so I feel like it's okay on Twitter. You can see it on our Twitter accounts.
Yes.
Yeah, but I do think it's careful. Everybody's real careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we can afford to keep staying in a hotel too long.
I mean, you can easily afford it, but
Sure.
it strikes you as an unnecessary expense. It's eating into your earnings.
Yeah, and
your
also like
profits.
people expect us to stay in
Don't
the church.
Don't read this. Are you reading this?
No, I'm looking at you.
Don't read that.
I'm reading it.
Don't read it. You guys.
My eyesight's not that good.
Okay.
Do
good.
not read it. Do not.
It should be. I had laser eye surgery, but it's like slowly been
Yeah.
creeping away.
What? That can happen? I got that.
I
Oh
think
no.
Is it one of the ones though where they're like they'll fix it for life?
I
That's what
think
my mom
I do think I can like go back and get a touch up.
Yeah.
But it was really unpleasant.
How long
so
ago
I'm
was
sure
it?
I want to. It was 3 years ago now.
Ugh, that's how long ago mine was, but I feel great.
Yeah.
Before we launch back into the decision of whether to go to the church or the hotel, I would just like to remind everyone that if you are liking what you're seeing, if you're having a good time, if you want to help support us and keep us going from month to month, please consider tipping. If you do, those tips can go towards unlocking fun in-game rewards that can happen. We've already unlocked some of them, and there are a few more remaining to potentially be unlocked. You can hit !tips in chat to see what those might be. And thank you to everyone who has tipped tonight.
They
We
look
very much
really
appreciate
good.
it.
They look really good.
Do they? Stop looking at it, though. Stop looking at it. Those are secret. Those are mine. Okay, so you guys have
secret.
returned
Keep it safe.
to staying at the church. James, you were probably even more so willing to stay at the hotel.
Oh
now.
yeah. No, I am not cautious.
Yeah. Not taking any chances.
No.
So, where would you guys like to offer to take Howell?
Because we can't tell them.
Well, honestly, I think that in case now, you seem to all trust this man pretty well, but, and I'm saying this to them, not to you. You seem to trust this man pretty well. but
Roommate talk.
I do not know him personally, so I think keeping him in the church where we can keep an eye on him might be a good idea.
Well, we don't know him that well, but he seems to be a fairly stand-up gentleman. But yes, I agree. I think keeping him in the church, just maybe don't say much to him while he's in
I
the church.
understand. You don't need to say that every time, Rose.
Well, I apologize. It's just a bit weird.
I know. I'm on edge.
Of course you are. But yes, I think that would be fine. We'll just have to be careful about what we do and what we say. Not just you, but, all of us.
Of course, all of us need to be careful about what we say in the church because it could have terrible consequences.
Well, if you say it, yes.
Oh,
All right.
God damn
We're
it!
going to figure it out, darling. Don't worry.
So I'm going to make a guess here, Bogue. And I'm going to guess that when you do have business to attend to at the church, you wait for them to join you outside.
Uh-huh.
Or you will speak to Rosaline in the church, but not Gabriel. I am assuming that when you are inside the doors of the church, if you absolutely have to be, you are as far away from Gabriel as humanly possible.
Yeah, I basically have not gone inside the church whenever you've been in the church as well.
Okay.
I'm happy to go up to the church with you and all of that, but I bid you good day and I leave as soon as you go into the church.
Okay.
If you need me, I'll be at the hotel.
So, Howell, you're going to go back with them?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
After all,
Who are you going to ride with?
Uh,
Who's going to ride with Howell?
I
Well,
offer. I'll take you back. Dot's used to taking two.
that sounds fine to me. Thank you. Thank you for taking up an old granger like me.
Do you have the riding skill at all?
I do.
oh, I got two
Tricks!
Two riders. Wants to
Yes,
do riding
just
tricks.
a D4.
Just a D4?
Yeah.
I believe you have a D6?
I have a D6. Yes.
D6, okay. All right, so you're still the ride guy, don't worry.
I can cast spells.
All right, so you get back up. Oh, no. Yeah, no one's impressed.
wizard.
I have a D12 in boating.
No, you don't. Please stop trying to make me think that you have a D12 in boating.
We'll go to the
It's
maze.
not going to happen. You get on the back of James Bogue's horse, Dot, and you guys head back into town. Night is falling as you guys make it back into the limits of Coldwater Creek, and it suddenly occurs to you. Well, you've actually been very polite about this. It's been
I left the
great
stove on.
That's how the
why
fire
it was on
started.
fire. No, you're very hungry. You've been foraging
Yeah.
for several days, but you haven't had a good meal.
I'm really hungry, and I don't say anything, but you can start hearing my stomach, even though you can barely hear it over the horse.
It's
Those-
echoed by yours, though. You only had trail rations for lunch, so you guys are hungry as well.
Seems like we should stop by the hotel diner.
Let's get a decent meal in you.
That sounds mighty fine, actually. Yes, I'm quite hungry.
Okay, so you
I
guys.
think we could all use a meal.
So you guys are gonna go to the Crystal Creek Hotel.
Sure.
And have a nice meal. Do you have your money with you?
Yeah.
I assume you do.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I got whatever was left in my wreckage of the home.
Okay, so you guys enjoy a meal in relative silence. That sort of not altogether uncomfortable silence that comes with just kind of being around a new
The
person.
Avengers, were there any shawarma?
Yeah, it's just like eating shawarma.
Yeah.
Will everyone make a notice roll for me, though?
Oh,
And you're still at a -1 as well, Howell.
I know.
4.
4?
Five.
Five. And oh, you aced.
11?
-1 is a 10. Okay, so everyone else is eating. You're all also casting furtive glances from person to person, sort of trying to make a silent plan about how you're going to handle information.
I'm not. I'm eating.
For Howell?
I'm just eating.
Yeah, you're
I'm so
eating.
hungry.
But you guys are kind of trying to decide silently if you're going to take him to the church, how that's going to work, what you're going to tell him, what you're not going to tell him. And Howell is just wolfing down his food, but you're seated facing the window. And from time to time you look up and notice how deserted it is out there. It looks like there is hardly anyone out on the streets tonight. And that, you don't know this, but that has become fairly common at night in Coldwater Creek. People don't seem to want to go out after dark as much anymore. Something feels not right at
Okay.
night.
And I haven't been back to this town since.
It has definitely been. Basically, since you recovered, you have been out. Like maybe you'll come back or stop by like a house or a farm or a miner's camp and like just have a place some shelter to spend the night in and maybe get a warm meal. But other than that, you're back out again. So this is the first time you've sat down and had a meal from the restaurant in quite a while.
Okay. So I'm gonna continue eating, but look up and say like, it's mighty quiet around here.
Well,
I mean, I know it's night time, but I seem to reckon there used to be people outside, even at night.
I guess perhaps the people of Coldwater Creek are tired of the nightlife. People want a simple life inside their houses where, well, they can handle their own families, I assume.
There's been some trouble around town lately, so I just think that everyone wants to stay home where maybe they feel a bit
What kind of trouble?
better.
God damn it, why can't you just eat your food and be happy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, preacher. I didn't mean to.
Now,
Gabe, he doesn't know. what's
I
going on.
apologize. I apologize.
I'll just go eat my meal over here.
No, that's not necessary. I'm sorry. Things have been strange in the town of Coldwater Creek, and I think we are all, or myself in particular, something on edge.
We've been a bit under stress, especially Gabe, lately. It's just been intense. You know, when you're the preacher of a town and everybody is acting a bit odd.
Right, being a gospel sharp in a small town where there's been a large fire, I can't imagine what that's like to bring the spirits of people back.
Yes.
Quite a lot of responsibility.
Still,
That.
though, mighty quiet. It's kind of eerie, don't you think?
Well, I think there are worse things in a quiet town.
That's true. There have been worse, of course.
I suppose.
It'll probably get better as time goes on, hopefully.
Right. Sorry, I'm not from here, so
Of
just seems a
course,
bit
you
odd.
wouldn't know. This
I
is
wouldn't. That's right.
not typical for the town normally.
So you guys spend the rest of the time eating, and Hal, you haven't spent a lot of time around Gabriel Pryor, but you can't help but feel his intense personal magnetism. It comes off of him in waves. He's just a very charismatic guy, but you're also picking up on the fact that he seems very high-strung, and you get the impression that maybe he is not ordinarily like this. Something seems amiss with these folks. They seem a bit different than the last time you encountered them.
Have me and Ludi ever gone to the church and seen one of his sermons before the fire?
Ludi has.
Okay, but I haven't.
That's why she sent you to find the preacher
Right.
anyway. She was quite taken with his sermon when he came to town.
Great.
Or actually, she hadn't even heard his sermon at that point. She just heard that he was in town and was all abuzz. You have never been a devoutly religious man.
No.
Church was not something you did. I imagine, based on your doubting Thomas hindrance, that you are not a religious man either.
No, not at all. Yeah.
I thought about
So,
taking that hindrance.
what's up?
I thought about taking that hindrance.
Yeah. So you have not actually ever been to the church. But Ludi did go and spoke very highly of the preacher's sermons and always seemed to be in a really good mood.
Okay.
Very generous, very loving when she came back from church.
Then after a moment, I'm going to pause and just look at James and say, James, would you mind joining me outside for a smoke?
yeah, of course.
All right. I'll walk outside and maybe there's some chairs on the patio of the hotel I can
Sure.
sit
Yeah,
on.
there's some benches in the front porch of the hotel.
And I'm just going to say, well, let me be honest first. I actually don't have any smokes. I lost them all in the fire, but I just...
Ironically.
yes.
You fell asleep in bed.
As you should
smoking.
too, kids. Lose all of your smokes in a fire.
Wow.
Wait.
Stay in fire.
Stay in fire, kids. I just wanted to talk to you. Now, Ludi mentioned Gabriel Pryor before and said she loved his sermons, but I'm getting sort of a weird, shadow from him. He seems a little off to me, but I've never met him before, and he's your riding partner, it seems, and I don't want to make any claims, but is everything all right with him? With you?
Well, Hal, you catch us at a interesting juncture. As you know, that when the town was set ablaze by Holbrook's gain, many things have transpired since. The talk of the railroad, the Carlton Harris coming into town, all these things have sort of set in motion a feeling in town that things are up in the air, as it were. So I feel like everyone is sort of on edge currently, and hopefully things will right themselves as they normally do. But my job now is to try to avoid any sort of entanglements in the future for Coldwater Creek, and and take care of business. And it seems like your wife is maybe entangled in these things as well.
Well, I don't want to take away your eyes from the town of Coldwater. I mean, I would love some help in finding her. And it does seem that you are part of the law now?
Yeah, you do notice the star on his shirt that was definitely not there the last time you encountered him.
I guess congratulations, Arnold. I did not...
Don't congratulate me just yet. This is rented, as it were.
Well, you held your iron today real well and saved my life, so you're doing your job as well as any man can.
Well, the boys you ran into, I think they may be connected to some men that I am looking for too. So
Really?
I think we may all be tied into this together.
All right, well, give me a night to just rest up and...
Yeah, I think you need you gather your strength, and we will ride out as soon as you are ready to go, and we can start tracking down these tough customers, as it were.
Familiar figure comes running up down the main street, heading straight for the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Oh, Mr. Bogue. Mr. Bogue.
Boyd.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, hello there.
We just got back in. How do you do? We ain't had no luck today, neither.
Well, catch your breath. Where did you go?
Well, we went out south, like you were saying, back where we know the Holbrook gang used to be holed up, figuring wherever it was they's holed up, maybe these new folks are making use of wherever it was they was, but we didn't see no sign of them, Mr. Bogue. So, seems like it's another day of dead ends.
Well, not entirely. We ran into some strangers up in the woods outside of town, and I'll pull out my map and just sort of lay it out and just say, so here's where we were, and I'll just sort of show him where we have found kind of things and point it out to him. So
Thinking is not exactly Boyd's strong suit,
No.
but he makes a very concerted effort to
Yeah.
seem like he's, with you.
right. So, Boyd, here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
You rest up.
Sure.
You've been ranging all day.
We have been,
Yeah. So why don't you take a load off?
All right.
Here's a I don't know. Here's $1 for your troubles.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bogue.
Well, you've been doing good work for me, Boyd.
Is he going to use it to go buy candy?
He is not. He's going to buy whiskey.
Yeah.
Is this a little
candy
boy?
He's
or-
19.
He's 19. Okay,
Yeah.
he's a teenager.
He is, you probably heard, on the first night these guys came to town, he challenged James Bogue to a shootout.
Oh.
And
I heard about that?
Yeah.
In a fit of drunken bravado. It was
Yeah.
kind of a big middle of the town.
You did. These guys came to town with quite a splash. Everyone knows everything that happened on that night.
So why don't you rest up?
All right.
You and your boys take the night, and
We is pretty tired.
yeah, and then in the morning let's reconnoiter around here where in this area of the woods, and we'll try and put some things together.
Yeah, we'll, in the morning. I think it'd be best to wait to connoiter again until the morning.
Yeah,
All right.
you do that, Boyd.
That sounds good, Mr. Bogue. Well, thank you very much, and you have a nice evening as well. Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Boyd's manners have much improved since spending some time in your presence.
Well, I think while they're talking, I
wonder what connoitering's going on out there.
who knows what sort of thing. But listen, we've got people looking for this Mr. Richards, and we're going to find him. We're going to figure this out, and then once Bogue is ready or we're ready, we'll head to the next town. And we'll put this in the past. We won't have to worry about it anymore.
Rose, I don't know if this is going to be a problem that's gonna move on as soon as we move to a new town.
Well, hopefully it won't. If we can either figure out if it's some sort of curse or something else. It doesn't seem to be what I can do. It seems to be different than that. And I've sent a letter to someone back in Boston to see if they have any information, if they've ever run into something like this before. So hopefully,
As shown on our Twitter account.
yes, yes.
So hopefully we'll hear back soon, and we'll figure it out one way or another.
Damn it,
You
it
know,
just drives me crazy that we can't make any progress. We can't make any progress. Well, while I'm afraid of every word that comes out of my damn mouth. It's the one thing I used to be sure of.
Yes, I get that. Maybe we should try some sort of experimenting, because we don't know what it is specifically that makes it happen.
I don't want to do any more experimenting. Last time I experimented, a man tore another man's arm off.
Right, but this would be more controlled.
Well, the time I experimented before that, you cut your hand open with your knife and spread it on top of our door.
What's the worst time for me to walk back in?
Probably right around there, actually. That's probably around the time you would walk back in, to him mentioning her cutting her hand open and spreading it above their door.
Oh, you have to come back. How was your smoke?
It was mighty fine. I'm looking to get some shut-eye now, and I guess I'll just stay at the hotel. I don't want to intrude in your church that you all stay at.
You wouldn't at all. There's plenty of space, and then you don't have to pay for a room.
We used to have more people staying there, but these days no one seems to want to stay at the church. I say, like, shooting a glance at a Bogue.
Okay.
I kind of look at them both. Don't mind them. There's plenty of space. It's just fine. Bo just likes his space here at the hotel. It's a lot fancier.
You basically would get the entire second story to yourself.
Of the church?
Yeah, there's scary sounds and everything up there.
Well, preacher.
From below and above.
Yep.
You get to, now the new game is going to be try and wake Howell. Was that the... They're very loud. But you don't know that yet.
He probably wouldn't be as loud, because he doesn't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know who we are.
Well,
Wait,
preacher,
what? You're louder because you know me?
Well, I'm not saying it's particularly because we know you.
It's just because you know us.
Everyone has a quirk. Yeah. No, now listen, you know I just stay in the town because it's closer for me. And if I'm a deputy, I need to be here.
Of course, Bo.
That's what it is.
I'm sure that's the only reason there is.
That doesn't sound like the only reason it is.
well, that doesn't quite sound like the only reason, but
Why did you say that?
preacher, now my wife Ludi, I don't know if you ever met her, but she did come to some of your sermons, and she spoke quite highly of you, and I don't want to intrude, but I would maybe like to see this church you spoke of. I've seen it from the outside. I never came inside for
Well,
any
I'm
sermon.
sure I met your wife at some point. I apologize if I do not remember her. My congregation has grown quite large since I have come to Coldwater, but any friend of the congregation is, of course, free to stay in our church.
Well, maybe just before I get some sleep, maybe you and I can bend the elbow, get a drink, and play some cards.
Well, the preacher's been a bit under the weather lately. I'm
Well,
not
all
sure
right.
if
Well,
right.
why not? Perhaps some cards would do me well.
I'm going to assume you guys are having this conversation on the road up to the
Yes.
church.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys get up to the church, and actually Gabriel does seem somewhat intrigued by that suggestion, and you get the feeling this might be good for him. He's been more sullen and withdrawn than you've seen him in a while lately. He very rarely gets in these dark moods, and this is one of those times. So maybe a little bit of a drink and a little game of cards with a new friend might be a good way of helping to break him out of it.
Right, well, do we want to do this outside? It's
No, you guys are going up to the church.
I know, but we can sit outside.
What are we doing in the church?
I would like to be closer to my sleeping quarters because after a drink I do get mighty tired.
If that's where you'd prefer to play cards, we can.
Well, I don't see any reason not to.
All right.
It's
All
not
right.
against the Lord to drink in the church, is it? I don't.
Well, I think perhaps he could turn a blind eye to a few friends getting to know each other a little better.
All right.
You're real excited to win automatically at cards. Before what?
I was going to say before we go back, maybe we could, well, I guess we probably have some liquor in the
I imagine
somewhere.
you definitely have some liquor, at least in your quarters. And also
Yeah.
there's the communion wine, which you're
I've
very
been
open
with
with.
before.
Yes. Please share some communion wine with us. All right, so you guys walk into the church. It is dark, but it is very easy to see there is a man sitting in one of the pews.
I'm going to pull a knife because we can't see who it is.
What
right?
do you do?
No, but you can very easily see that someone
we
is
can
there.
But can we see who it is?
No, it's too dark.
I am
Whoa,
not.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Rose,
I am
let's
not
jump
in
to
the church.
conclusions.
Jump to conclusions. There have been snakes in this church before.
Wait,
Excuse me, sir.
He stands up and turns around, and you can see he's very smartly dressed. He's a older man, very distinguished, very well put together, very rich looking. This is Mr. Gerald Richards. Oh, I apologize. I hope that I didn't upset anyone. I just
Well.
wanted a chance to speak with you all. And
Now, Mr. Richards, why would your presence here upset any of us? I do finger my gun. And not visibly, but I'm going for my gun.
I'm gonna put my knife away and reach for my fan instead.
Okay. Situation being what it was, I wasn't sure exactly where the lamps were in here, so a stranger sitting in the dark waiting for you to return strikes me as a bit disconcerting, so I just wanted to announce my presence and let you know it was getting a bit chilly outside.
You
So
Well-
I
did
decided
startle us for sure.
Mr. Richards, and I go up to him and I put a hand on his shoulder and I say, the only light any of us need is the light of God.
Well,
He's the guidance we all seek.
I agree. I'm actually here to speak with you, preacher, but I see the lovely Miss Byrne, is it?
It is quite.
Have you met Gerald yet?
I don't think I have.
I don't believe we've yet had the pleasure. My name
I
is
think
Gerald
perhaps you
Richards.
shouldn't have the pleasure yet, and I want to pull out my gun and put it into his, hold it to his stomach.
His eyes widen and he puts his hands up and he says, why, preacher, have I done something to offend?
Rose, perhaps you should take our new friend to the back room for a moment here.
All right.
And then come right on back out. I think we have some business to discuss with Mr. Richards here.
I am confused. I was just here to speak about what happened recently in town.
Well, we are of one mind then, Mr. Richards. All of us want to know a little bit about what happened
So you can-
recently in town.
Definitely hear that there is a strange voice inside of the church, and Gabriel, you can hear he is starting to get upset. Hal, you have no idea what's going on.
Maybe we should go back outside with James.
Look, if a man's pulling iron, I'm not stepping into a different room.
We're on my turf, sir. I don't think there's any problem here. This is just friendly banter with a little bit of flavor thrown into the mix.
Hal, make a spirit roll for me.
Oh no.
No.
God damn it.
Hal, make a spirit roll.
You just keep talking in that church.
All right, I'm upset.
That is a D6.
Is the door open?
The door is open. Yeah.
That's a 4.
Okay. There's a small part of you that you feel yourself going,
Does he
oh,
still
okay.
have fatigue?
Oh, yeah,
I
you do have
So that's
fatigue.
a fail. That's a fail.
Oh, it's a 3. Yeah, this is fine. This sounds reasonable. After all, you've never been to church. Well, it's been a long time. You went when you were a child. You don't really remember
Sure.
it. Surely it's changed over the days. You don't know the customs of these people, and you don't know who they are. You don't want to intrude. That would be rude. So yeah, maybe this seems fine. You should probably wait outside.
You know what? I am intruding in your space, so I will give you your space after all, and I'll see myself to my quarters.
Gerald looks strangely at Howell and kind of turns back to you and cocks a questioning eyebrow, Gabriel.
Now you watch out for this fella. He's got quite a flannel mouth on him.
Oh, I will. He sure seems to have I've been dealing with people who have a little bit too much mouth.
Of the
Recently.
two of us, I feel my mouth is the far less dangerous currently,
Well,
preacher.
interestingly enough, I don't care as much about what you feel as you might think.
Perhaps we should speak about this in a civil manner. I merely wish to talk. I'm not entirely sure from where these hostilities originate.
Well, nobody is stopping you from talking, but I seem to remember the last time you told me to talk. The entire town turned into a group of insane people.
All right, so where are you going?
I'm walking to. Are you taking me somewhere? Because I don't actually know where I'm going.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I would probably take you outside if you're going.
You're taking him
somewhere.
outside?
To James, and then I would go back inside.
Okay, so you're taking him outside. So James, what have you been doing? Now the door's open. You can hear something strange is going on inside.
So that's what church is like. Huh? Wow.
Yep.
I'm missing out.
The hotel's still
Something
empty.
seems slightly strange with Howell. Can't quite put your finger on it.
Yeah.
Would I pick up on that?
Not necessarily. You're probably more focused on what's going on with Gabe right now.
I've been thinking about possibly shooting Hal for weeks, for like a while now. No, not Howell, not Howell.
I was like, what?
How? You
Not
didn't even know him before.
I've been thinking about.
I've
possibly
never met
shooting-
that guy,
no,
but fuck him
I've been
so
thinking about
hard.
possibly shooting Richards, so I think that is all I'm focused on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on the bench outside and just put my hat on my face.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back inside.
Okay.
And this time I
What are
will-
you doing?
Well,
James?
before you go inside, I just go, what's going on in there?
I'm just gonna say quietly to you, it's Mr. Richards from before. Did you tell him about this, or
I
just
think I
me?
told you guys that I was searching for Richards.
Okay.
I think I did. Didn't I at the end of last time tell
told-
you guys kind of what happened?
Yes, and also Jeb came up and told you that he was looking
Right.
for Richards in front of everyone and
Right.
couldn't find him. So you are at least cursorily familiar with the fact that these guys have been looking for Gerald Richards.
All right.
And I'm. It's getting a bit heated, so I'm going to go back in. But maybe you can stay with Howell, but stay close.
All right.
Nothing about this seems amiss. Just pleasant people having a pleasant nighttime church conversation. You're just gonna
That's how the church
You're just
goes.
going to very politely sit on the steps and wait for them to conclude their business because you don't want to intrude on their private matters.
I'm just gonna like one leg up on the top step, just right next to him, but I've got my hand on my gun, basically.
Okay.
Not drawn. It's just I'm just looking in.
You can definitely sight them inside. They're
Yeah.
standing in the aisle between the pews, and you can see Gabriel seems to have his gun trained on Mr. Richards, which is probably what puts you on edge.
Yeah.
Now, when I gave my little sermon at church that seems to have created such a hubbub, the only person who knew that I was going to say anything was myself, because I came. Wait, now that's not entirely true, is it? Someone else encouraged me to give the people of Coldwater Creek a little bit of advice. Now, my memory might be a little hazy, but could you remind me who it was who told me that was a good idea?
I feel as though you are asking leading questions, but
Well, you are very clever indeed, are you not?
I apologize, preacher. You have me at a disadvantage. I don't know why you are exhibiting such animosity towards me. I came here to ask you what exactly it was you told the people of Coldwater Creek.
Oh, you didn't know, did you? So why is it that there were a group of armed men who are ready to take advantage of exactly what I said?
There
No
were
one
what?
else in this town knew anything about what I was going to say, except you, Mr. Richards.
But is that true? You don't talk to anyone else about your sermons before you give them?
Why would I?
Is that true, though? Do you talk to anyone else about your sermons
don't
before you
think
give them?
so.
Do you not talk about them with Rosaline at all the night before?
I don't think she feels a deep amount. I did not tell her about that.
Okay.
And that's the important part. I think sometimes I could talk to her about like what ideas I'm trying to spread in town, but I did not say anything about the help
Okay.
people thing.
So, but maybe from time to time you do talk to her about your sermons.
Yeah.
Would you admit that to Richards?
Sure.
Okay.
I'd say I have my confidants, but I trust them completely.
Well, so it's not entirely accurate to say I am the only one who knew, and I will remind you.
Computer's doing the thing again.
Why isn't no? Another time. No updates right now. I will remind you that there was an entire congregation's worth of people here that also heard you give your sermon. I don't see what our conversation has to do with this at all.
Why is it that you're here, and where is it that you came from, and who the hell are you? Because you came in and said something to Gabe, and then everything's gone to shit. So it's very hard to not point fingers at you.
He takes a moment and kind of looks at you puzzled and looks at you as well. And then he sort of lowers his hands and adjusts his suit and says, now, I will admit I have been gone from Coldwater Creek from quite some time. But I don't recall this being the way that polite-mannered society was supposed to be run. Now, I am a man of means, and I came from my place of residence here in Coldwater Creek. I'm also a man of privacy, which I believe you probably know, since I have heard that there have been people out in town asking questions about me and my whereabouts. Now, I am someone who very much values my privacy. I have certain eccentricities, one might call them, that would make me not want to spend a lot of time around other people. I prefer small groups under my control. So I do make quite an effort to keep my whereabouts and my travels unknown.
All right, you have yet to answer actually any of my questions that I've asked.
Well, I
You've just said
apologize.
you like to be private.
It's
so
very
why?
difficult to think with a gun pointed at me, Miss
Well,
Byrne.
I understand that, but you have to understand that you came in and were you not here a few days ago? Were you not in town?
No, I was, which is why I'm here now.
So you came because of all of the weird stuff that's been going on.
I did. I believe that was how I introduced this conversation.
Right, and
No.
did you know about it before it happened?
No, did you? Should I have?
No, but apparently you said something that made it seem that you did.
Mr. Richards, you have walked into my life, and you have played something of a game with myself in a rather vulnerable state. Now, I had gone through an experience that might have made me a little off guard and taken the word of a stranger a little too seriously, and I've been burned for that, but I now need a good reason from you why I should not retaliate by putting a bullet into your stomach.
My retaliation would be I failed to see the connection. Why am I at fault here?
Then tell me a little bit about how you know what it was that was going to happen. How you know what's been happening to me.
Well, there's two questions there. The first, how I knew what was going to happen, I confess I did not. At our conversation at lunch, what was it, almost 2 weeks ago, I merely asked you to perhaps attempt to use your persuasive abilities to accomplish some good in the town.
But what persuasive abilities are you referring to?
Well, surely you've noticed, spending as much time in this church as you have, it only took me one sermon to see that when the preacher tells the people of Coldwater Creek to cut their hands and spread their blood above their doorways, they jump right to it. Does that not seem unusual to you?
Well, what does that mean to you, though?
It seems to me, as I explained at our lunch, I assumed that the preacher was gifted some sort of divine influence over his flock. I assumed his piety perhaps was smiled upon by the Lord Almighty himself. You find this humorous?
I do find that somewhat humorous, and I would say that if in fact it is a blessing, then what I told people to do last time would not have led to the full-on disaster that befell this town.
Again, what was it that you told the people of the church?
I told the people of the church to help each other. And they took that as an excuse to rip off each other's arms and break each other's windows, tear down doors and rip children from their parents.
Is this something you've come across before?
No.
So you've never seen this sort of...
Of course, have you? This is not something that strikes me as a common occurrence. We are treading unknown territory here. Now, you told them to help, and they turned violent. You told them to cut their hands and spread their blood above the doorways of their homes, and they did. What else have you asked of the people of Coldwater Creek?
Can I hear this whole thing?
You can hear this whole thing. You guys are right outside the front door, and they're not being quiet. You can also hear it too, Howell, but something about it just sort of seems to just slide off your brain. This just is not something you should be listening in on, so you don't.
I just kind of keep looking at him, but I go, how come it has not affected you, sir?
Well, that is an excellent question. I've only attended the one sermon. I would ask the same. Why did it not affect your friends here, preacher?
Well, it did affect my friends, sir.
Every time?
Not every time, but a good deal of the time.
Well, then, so it would seem it is not always effective across the board.
Well, either way, I do not like having to take care with every word that comes out of my mouth.
Well, what was it that you were asking people before things got so problematic? What were you saying in your sermon?
The same thing that every preacher is asking for. Money for the church.
And he kind of stops for a second and rocks back on his heels and just sort of like, you see his eyes go up as though he's thinking. So you asked them to provide financial support for the church, and nothing was amiss. Everything went as usual.
As far as we could tell.
Coldwater Creek seemed to be a zealous and generous people.
Yet you asked them to help one another, and they turn on each other with insane violence.
Overwhelmingly so.
Perhaps then your mission is to help make the church more money? That can't be right.
What do you mean, mission? From who?
Well, is this... I was led to believe in our last conversation that this is not something that you were aware you were able to do. Is that correct, preacher?
I think that is a fair statement to make.
What is your stake in all of this?
Stake in all of this is that I find it unusual, and I am a native son of this town and looking out for the livelihood of the town. Now, I very much liked the preacher. From our first meeting, the little interaction that we've had, he seems a very charismatic and outspoken and likable individual. I could see why the people of Coldwater Creek flocked to him as they did, but I couldn't help but notice the irregularities, and it struck me, as I imagine it has struck other members of your flock. I cannot be the only one to have connected these dots. That something seemed extraordinary about his ability to influence the parishioners of this church.
What? Why did you go and speak with him like you did about that?
I saw someone who could perhaps work to do some good in this town. Mr. Harris seeks only to turn a profit and use the people of Coldwater Creek to advance his own agenda, and I saw a leader in the community, or a potential leader, that could bring some positivity and perhaps even the word of the Lord to the people.
Mr. Richards, have you seen something like this before?
I have not.
How is it that you came into the position you're in? How did you make the money that you have?
I inherited my money. My family is an old-moneyed family. We hailed from back east originally, and from across the Atlantic Ocean before that.
Really? And you're here because?
I'm here because this is the town in which I was born, and this is the town I have returned to.
And what is it that you do beyond that, or do you just...
I invest, Miss Byrne. I make investments of time and resources and money. I don't understand why I am being interrogated here. I merely came to see what it was that went so horribly wrong.
Well, now you know, sir, and unless you have something else to contribute to this, give me a good reason why I should not simply end this conversation and let you leave.
Well,
and have you leave, I should say.
I came to offer any advice or merely just a sympathetic ear, anything that I could do to help in this situation. I see that I am not wanted, and as such, I will take my leave. However, I do recommend, preacher, perhaps keep your sermons slanted as they were before, towards the betterment of the church, for the safety of the town, until you figure out exactly what it is that is happening here.
I think maybe we've misunderstood each other here. You have to understand that.
I should hope so.
The town was trying to kill one another, and it seemed to happen after you made a suggestion to the preacher, so it makes sense as to why we would think that you had not good... I don't know, that's...
Does it? Is that a line of rational thought that should merit a gun being pointed at me in the Lord's home?
Yes, actually, I do think it is. But it does seem that maybe we misread the situation at this point. If you do have information, though, on this sort of thing, we would like to hear it.
Well, as I said, this is new territory for me as well, but all I can advise is that try to keep things as they were before. Work towards the betterment of the church. Keep your sermons very neutral, or perhaps even self-serving. It seems as if that was not causing this sort of reaction before. That seems the safest course of action.
I suppose we could try that, since you've stated it as an option.
I'm glad we could finally speak to one another, just very...
Mr. Richards, you
Yes.
stated that you value your privacy.
I do, preacher.
But I believe you have me at something of a disadvantage, because you know where to find me at any given time, but I don't know where to find you if the need should arise.
Well, if you have need of me, I do travel around to check on my various investments, but if you leave word at the post office, they know how to deliver it to me.
Now, perhaps let's get a little more specific than that.
Well, preacher, you'll forgive my reluctance, but you did just point a gun at me in a church, so perhaps we should wait.
Well, that gun is still in my hand at the moment, and I could repoint it at any given time.
Preacher,
Wait, you
perhaps... now, hold on, Miss Byrne. Perhaps I misjudged you. Perhaps you are not the man that I thought you were, and if that is the case, then I exhort you to shoot me right now in this church.
Now, Mr. Richards, I think I'm the one who made a mistake. Now, I took you at your word because I had been feeling strange about some bodies I had put in the ground quite recently. Now, I think that it would be downright idiotic of me to take you at your word, no matter how honest you seem coming in here. And all I'm asking for, a little bit of assurance, is to know where I can find you if there comes to be more problems.
And I told you, preacher, you may leave word at the post office, but if you insist on pursuing this line of questioning, I will tell you again, you will have to shoot me, because I am not, right now, inclined to give you any more of my personal information, as you seem to be a bit unhinged currently.
Well, wouldn't you be if you'd just been in the midst of all of that? But you weren't, because you were off somewhere else, weren't you?
I was locked tightly inside.
So you didn't come out to help?
I believe there was more than enough help being offered on the streets
Poor
of
choice
Coldwater
of
Creek
words.
as it was.
Of course, of course.
All right, Mr.
Stars are
Richards.
really nice tonight. You can see, like, it's a really clear night. You can see all the major constellations.
All right, Mr. Richards.
Now,
Why don't you head on
I hand
home?
you a cigarette.
I think I will, preacher. Now, all I ask is that you consider what we spoke about now and try not to... It seems counterintuitive, but try not to exhort your flock to be good. Maybe just continue to ask them to support the church.
Well, that will be difficult. That will go against my natural nature as a good person, but
Well, perhaps
but
you
I'll
should...
do my best.
Will you be here this Sunday?
I think I'll need some time to think on that, but perhaps I will. I bid you all good night. And he adjusts his vest and rebuttons his very nice coat and turns on his heel and walks out of the church. Past you, he kind of eyes you warily with your hand on your gun.
As right before he leaves me, I'll just grab his arm really quick and just sort of lean into him and just go, sort of out of earshot of you guys. Howell might hear me, but I don't know if he cares.
Hal will not care right now. Hal failed a spirit roll, so he does not care.
Sounds like you live close to town. You know that we can find you if we need to.
Is that a threat, Mr. Bogue?
It is not a threat, but I think he may need help.
Well, you people have a very funny way of going about getting that help. But
Well, you have a funny way of bringing that help to here.
do I? I would...
Sitting alone in an empty church?
As I explained, Mr. Bogue, I had no other way of finding you.
You could leave a message at the post office.
In the future, I will endeavor to
All
do
right.
so. I see how dangerous it is to catch you all unawares.
As you may know, we've been having trouble in this town.
I think everyone's been having trouble in this town, Mr. Bogue. I think now everyone's true character is shining out a bit more clearly.
Quite so.
Good night to you. And to you, stranger.
See you next church, fancy man.
All right.
And
he walks down the hill.
As he starts to leave, can I go out and talk to Bogue?
But yeah.
Bogue.
No, you cannot.
No, I'm not. Well, I'm going to step outside of the
Yeah,
church.
right.
In fact, I start talking inside. No, and then I step outside the church. Bogue. Now, maybe this is just my suspicious nature getting to me, but I think it would perhaps be a good idea to discreetly follow him to wherever it is he is staying. I would just like to. I would rest a little more easily knowing exactly where it is that man lives.
You know me. I am not the man to follow someone
Discreetly.
discreetly.
That's crazy.
Well, I feel like I would perhaps kick up something of a trail behind me if anyone sees me in town.
I could try.
Well,
You're not overly ostentatious.
No, but I can sneak very well.
That's true.
I think you might be noticed as well.
I might be, but I have other
outfits.
I will look into it, Gabe, for you and for this town. I don't fully trust him, but I think he may have something that could help.
He's either a very good liar or he's telling the truth.
Howell, it's like you're seeing through fog now all of a sudden. You, a fog that you were not aware existed before now, and you find yourself sort of groggily realizing where you are.
How?
Did I smoke too much? What happened?
You looked God damn it. God damn it!
Well,
That was a hell of a sermon. Was that church?
Why don't we find you your bed?
yes, I'll show you the way.
And I look at you guys and I'm like, really? Okay.
Oh, I don't know what happened there.
I think you're quite tired.
I reckon you're right. Yeah. Just show me to my bed and I'll take a load off.
Of course, it's right this way. And we'll
All right,
go.
so you take him
Take him upstairs
upstairs.
floor.
You get him settled in. Is anyone going to follow Mr. Richards?
Well,
I'm willing to go with you and follow him, but I think that you'd probably be more.
yeah. I will. I'm going back to town anyway.
Okay.
So I assume he's going back to town. So I will get on my horse and I will go back and I will follow him, or yeah, I'll follow him. But
Did you wait to make sure Howell got settled and everything?
I did. I mean, I didn't go in the church, but
Of course.
I just was like, okay.
Okay.
Howell,
Good night, deputy.
Gabe, Rosaline.
Howell, maybe it would be
James.
better for all of us to get some sleep tonight. And I can take you up on those cards and that drink tomorrow.
Well, that sounds mighty fine, preacher.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Also, I think Rosaline and Gabe would be with him in the church would be more careful about where they stay and
Definitely.
things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am not trying to like stealthily follow him. I am just on my horse going back to the hotel.
You don't see him.
So he's gone.
Yeah, I mean, in the time that it took for Howell to get settled and for you to leave,
He's just gone.
he's not around.
Do I see hoof prints or anything?
Make a tracking roll. And it's clear. I already said it's clear night, so at a -1.
Oh,
It's a 1 and a 2. So a 1.
or yeah.
But I turn on, I look out the church one more time, and I'm like, Bogue, I really appreciate this.
Here's $1.
Yeah.
And I flip you a fate chip.
Yeah.
He's your fate chip sugar daddy
I don't
now.
play poker, preacher. Okay.
All right. So, you know, you remember everyone's counting on you. So you take a closer look.
Ooh.
Yeah, 6 and a 3.
9. That was tracking, right?
Yeah.
So 9, 8.
8. Okay. So you look around and you see his footprints leaving the church and heading down. They're the most recent set of tracks. They're relatively easy to follow, but when you get down to the main thoroughfare, in the dark, it's too confused, especially after all of the activity that was going on recently in the town. Tracks are chaotic down in the main street, and you lose the track in the darkness and the chaos. He definitely came down this way from the church, though.
Okay.
But if he is somewhere to be found down here on the streets, you don't see him. And there's
it's gonna be, it's gonna be
hardly
too hard.
anyone about. Every now and then you'll see someone kind of leave one of the saloons or something and sort of bundle up and just look around and hurry off to where it is they need to be. But more often than not, they've got someone else with them. It's like people don't want to be alone out on the streets.
Okay. Well, I think this is going to have to wait till the morning. There's not much I can track from here.
All right. So a good night's rest, a good meal in your belly. Your fatigue levels are taken care of.
Yes.
You are feeling
Nice.
more yourself. You're well rested. You slept indoors in a relatively comfortable space. Had a hot meal. You're feeling more yourself.
So what did that feel like to me now, the morning after? What happened last night?
You don't even really think about it that much.
Okay, great.
It kind of like just doesn't seem like
Okay.
anything.
I'm probably the first to rise out of everybody since working at a
This doesn't
farm.
look like anything to you.
I
That's
wake
true.
up super early.
Okay, so what is the plan for today? Are you guys going to head back out into the woods and try and head in the direction that Howell said he found those people?
I mean, I feel like, yeah, we kind of have a lead, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't want this to go cold, so.
Okay. All right, so you guys have a nice breakfast, and Howell, are you willing to go out and do that as well? I mean, this could, you're not entirely sure, but this could be a lead towards
It's the
finding
closest
Ludi.
I've found to a lead, I think. So yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
Well,
Okay.
Also, we're not going to get very far without the man who actually knows where we're going.
Right. That
Right.
Also, yeah.
All right, so you guys head back out into the woods. So did you rent a horse, Howell, or are you riding with Bogue again?
I think I'll rent my own horse.
Okay. I'll get back to you guys next session about how much that's going to cost.
Okay.
Or no, I think we did already. I think it was like $5 a day to rent.
I think it was
a
5 a
horse.
day. Well, I'm not renting.
You're not.
obviously,
No,
but
no, you own.
Yeah, but yeah, I
Um,
think it's 5.
You bought a used horse. You stole a used horse.
I still use horse.
All right, so yeah, you guys will probably knock down about $15 for each of you, plus so 20 for today, and then $5 off for you.
Okay.
And you guys should keep note of that at some point, because as you've seen with the Smith & Robards catalog, it is loosely important to know how much money you have so you know what cool things you can buy. You guys head back the way that you, towards the place where you found Howell the day before. And the day is nice. It's temperate out here in the woods.
Before, I packed a little bit more. Like I have a bedroll and a little bit more in case there's an overnight need.
Okay, and I assume everyone else would be on that
If
same
you
page
did
as
that,
well.
yeah, we would probably.
I would recommend it.
You probably have most of your possessions with you at all times.
In a
now,
backpack,
so yeah, you would bring that out with you as
Yeah.
well. All right, so you guys are out on horseback and you're heading towards that same area, and you arrive there. And so this is where you were yesterday, in the same sort of path clearing with those outlaws having ran off in that direction the day before. Will everyone make a notice roll for me?
2.
2?
6.
6.
I got an 11.
5.
An 11.
Yes.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, so everyone's looking around and being pretty alert. You're having a hard time getting your horse under control today.
No stars out.
It's day.
They did not have the horse that you normally rent. Cinnamon
Oh.
was not there, so you've got Blackjack today, and he is foul-tempered. So you're having a hard time keeping him under control.
This horse is awful.
Oh, you got Blackjack.
It's
Yeah.
trying to eat my hair.
Yeah, which is hard when you're riding him,
Right?
but it makes it really hard to ride him.
Quite.
It's a circular thing.
You two
hard.
notice that things are getting quieter as you move this far into the woods, and Gabe, you notice that things have been getting steadily quieter the closer you've gotten to the clearing where you met Howell the day before. In fact, by the time you guys ride into this clearing, everything seems to have gone silent. Even the light breeze that was blowing through the woods earlier seems to have vanished. Everything feels still and quiet and heavy.
Now, I don't want to alarm anyone, but have you noticed that there are no animal noises out this deep in the forest?
That doesn't make any lick of sense.
We've run into strange things around here, so I say all of us should be on our guard.
I'm gonna reload my shotgun at this point. And-
Okay,
and
just
then-
now? I assume you would have reloaded it before
Okay.
you came out.
Well, I'm gonna make sure it's loaded, and
Yeah.
then look at you and say, I'm gonna try something, and then just fire it off once into the air.
Okay, so
Blackjack just is like, calm down.
actually make a riding roll.
Oh no. I shouldn't have said
Oh
anything.
no! Rips out some of your hair.
Yeah.
You don't have riding, right?
No.
Okay, so that is a failure.
Yeah. It's a fail.
So you're gonna spend a piece of cursed vantage gold.
I should have warned y'all before I did this, but
Wow.
That is also a failure.
That's all threes.
Another piece of
Threes
cursed
all
vantage
the way
gold.
down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rosalie breaks a hit.
Wow.
Okay, I think fate has granted you a 3. Let's not dip
No.
into the fate chips too hard on this one.
Can I?
We
Can
might
I,
have more
You could add a
serious stuff to
D6.
do.
That's true. I can add a D6 if I use.
You can add a d6 to your highest roll, which I believe was a
3.
It's always
three.
been 3. It's been nothing but
But
3.
that's -2 though, so a 1 so far.
Yeah. Let's.
You're gonna add a d6?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 4.
That's a
It's a
4.
4.
It is a 4, but why am I rolling 3s?
Okay, so when
Nothing but threes. Nothing but threes all day.
when Hal fires off his shotgun, you were already trying to like get Blackjack just back in line and to stop like tossing his reins, and he freaks out all of a sudden because he's a bit skittish and rears up like he's trying to throw you. But thankfully, you've spent enough time with James to know how to remain horsed, and you very firmly jerk the reins and keep him under control and get him to
Blackjack,
quiet.
stop it!
Whoa! I'm sorry about that. I should have said something. Maybe we should trade horses or something.
Should I
It's all right,
make,
so I don't
should
think
I
you
make
want
a
this
riding
horse.
roll?
No, your horse is fine.
Okay.
Just Blackjack.
I look and I give you a little proud.
Thank you, James. I don't
Now-
think I'd be on this horse without you.
Howell, that might not have been the most subtle way to test what's going on.
But listen, I don't hear any birds flying away. I don't hear nothing running away. Nothing.
Actually, that's not entirely true.
I do hear something.
After that shotgun blast, you do hear something kind of jumping through the tree branches, like off in the woods in front of you, and then some small animal just jumps out into the air of the clearing and just falls to the ground and crumples right there in that square.
I don't think I shot that direction. I don't think that was me.
You did not. You shot up.
Let's take a closer look.
I'll ride towards it.
I agree with you on that.
Okay. So
Gun drawn.
Riding up closer, gun drawn. As you get closer, it appears to be a squirrel. But steal yourself, game.
I had a squirrel.
Its fur is patchy and matted, and its body just is kind of just lying sprawled on the ground. Its tail towards you.
Is it alive?
I'll go check it out.
Be
I had a
careful.
squirrel when I was a child.
Yes, you often talk about that squirrel.
All the time.
It's an odd pet to have, but that sounds nice.
Really
It's actually rather common in the southern United States.
Really
Are
likes this
you
one.
At this time in history.
are you staying on your horse?
Yes.
Okay. So you ride your horse a little bit closer. Let's have you guys actually represent where you are. So the squirrel is here.
So I'll make my way towards it.
I mean, I guess we can kind of be like, I don't know.
I'll take lead on this one.
Okay.
I'll be next to him.
So I'll
I
flank.
mean, it's just a squirrel. We're not particularly afraid of this, right?
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I'm not.
I'm not at all. No.
So
It's a
you
fucking squirrel.
you head over to it, and
I'll be where Howell is.
as you
Just
get
right to the right
closer,
of Howell.
make a notice roll for me, Gabriel.
5.
5. Okay, so you get closer and you notice a kind of a foul odor coming from the squirrel. As you get over, you can see what looked like matted fur actually appears to be dried blood. And then, most disturbing of all, you notice that its neck is almost like pulled out a bit from the body of the squirrel and seems to be like stretched a bit longer and is sort of just lolling on the ground as though like something stretched this squirrel's neck out a bit.
Wow.
It appears to be dead.
Well, something has done a number on this critter. I don't see how it is. It just jumped down to here. Looks like it has been rather severely maimed.
It's not alive, is it?
It appears to be dead.
Yeah, it seems to be dead.
Appears to be dead.
But it just leapt from like
Right.
the trees down to here.
Did it leap or did something throw it this way?
Right, maybe something through it. Maybe we should be a bit careful. I mean, it's just a squirrel.
I want to poke. I want to dismount from my horse and poke it with my foot.
Okay. So you walk over to it.
I draw my gun.
And you get a little bit closer and kind of like reach out to touch it with your foot. Meanwhile, you're very focused on this. The three of you start to hear what sounds like more squirrels, maybe, in the trees and forest around you. Gabriel, you get closer and just sort of reach out a toe to just kind of nudge it.
Prod it.
And just when your toe's about to make contact with it, you see the squirrel kind of open its eye and just kind of look up to you, but the eye is milky and clouded. And then it sort of pulls its body up, but its head stays in contact with the ground because its neck has been stretched out. And that is when you start to see rustling in the bushes around the squirrel, as you see a lot more of these squirrels with stretched necks and cloudy eyes come like creeping into the light of the clearing and joining up that one as they all stand up and start slowly encroaching on you.
Well, everyone, this has been a rather good day of searching, and I think
Get
we
on
should
your
all
horse, Gabe.
quietly and calmly make our way Back to the church.
Yes, get back
As
to your
you
house.
guys are saying that, you can hear things coming out of the woods around you, and now you hear crashes as you see what looks like raccoons that also, with patchy fur and matted blood and unnaturally elongated necks, come sort of scraping out of the underbrush around you guys as well. Raccoons designated by these nickels.
Nickel raccoons.
They look at you with foul intention, and you can see them sort of start to like raise up and hiss, and then all at once they are all descending on you guys. We are in a combat.
And I whistle.
Son of a bitch.
What in
I
Tom?
whistle.
You whistle?
Yeah. I go like that.
Okay.
Oh!
Wow, that's gone. No,
So-
that's
It's gone. We lost it.
So James Bogue, you whistle.
Summoning help of some sort?
Which, of course, is the signal that Boyd Parker told you to give to his hunting dog, which is always following fairly close by you when you are out on your rangings. It's something he insisted on. The dog's name is Chowder, and
You get Chowder killed, man. I'm gonna be so angry.
Chowder is a very good dog, a very good boy and faithful, and he comes running at the sound of the whistle.
Such a good boy.
Up to follow you guys. So he's going to be a part of this as well. He's going to go on your action card, James.
I love dogs.
Chat, I just want to say, that was his decision to add
Well,
a dog to
you
this.
whistled. So what?
Yeah, anyone could come at a whistle.
Well, James V seems to have liked it.
Yeah, James.
Thank
for
you,
the
James
day,
V.
James
Tip,
you,
James
James
V.
V.
All right. So James,
Yes.
for you and Chowder, a 5.
Yeah, I got to take.
I think actually it's
5 or
above.
less.
Yeah.
5 or less.
So send it back?
Yeah.
How about a 9 of clubs?
No, I'll take it.
You guys, there are 4 jokers in this deck, and not a 1 has come up yet. Gabriel Pryor, 9 of hearts.
What? No.
Rosaline,
Give it a Joker.
King of diamonds.
We're dressed to the
Howell
nines.
Melton,
Joker.
a 7 of hearts, and the Woodland Critters,
Not a joker.
a 10 of diamonds.
Okay.
All
So-
right,
Beautiful,
so
wonderful woodland critters.
we are going to start with Rosaline.
Trumpy is their Santa.
Yeah.
Not these guys.
Squirrels seem familiar to me. Anyway.
No, they're different.
What in Ta Nation is all this?
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
We got to draw.
Oh yeah.
We got to draw. You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rosaline,
Ooh.
draw.
Draw a good one.
I want this one.
What'd you get?
Let's settle this. Play at the beginning of a combat round with no jokers. No character can soak wounds until a joker is drawn.
What? That seems terrible
That's
for
a
us.
really good one when you're fighting wild cards.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
Well, hang on to it. Maybe there'll be a wild card in this fight.
Wild card squirrel.
Yeah, but that includes us.
Right. It does include
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, none of us can soak wounds, right?
Until a Joker, and we have more Jokers in the deck at least.
Right, so that's true.
So why not play it?
Yeah.
All right, you're up first. What are you gonna
Totally
do?
fair.
Oh,
Seems like a
crap.
great idea.
Okay, so
Stop
these are-
those from soaking wounds.
Right.
These are
yeah.
giant swarms of dead-looking squirrels. These are raccoons, and you can also, yeah, swarms of squirrels and also raccoons.
Okay, so how does it work?
pull
since
these
we're
note
on
cards over here.
horseback? Like, how does this? What does that mean?
How does what work?
Well, I mean, like, if one moves in here, is it next to me?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Okay.
A raccoon, yes.
They got ups, man. They can jump.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out for like.
If you want to fight, you're going to have to get off
deer.
your horse, most likely. Those are the flies that are buzzing around these.
Someone forgot
Okay.
the loop.
Well, so.
Nope, that is
I'm
that's the
gonna
loop.
take-
Oh,
I'm gonna take a look at Howell and see which way he's facing.
he's almost a little frightened at this, and he's kind of looking everywhere.
Yeah, you're probably how you are looking at the swarms of squirrels that are coming up from behind you. All right, so
I was slowly backing up, and then I was like, oh no.
You're
Rosalina,
backing up.
I would say do
Okay.
an action or go on hold.
Okay, I want to move over here. Actually, I'll move over to, like, here, I guess.
Okay, on your horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And watching Howell out of the corner of my eye, trying to conceal what I'm doing, I want to 54 card pickup at this big group.
Howell, make a notice roll for me.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I mean,
be
I'm-
real careful.
I
I
know.
would say I'm pretty distracted if I could.
Sure, make a notice roll at a -2 for me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
That is a
that's
failure.
Fair, yeah.
Okay, so are you going to spend the points to cast this spell, or are you going to make a deal?
I'll probably spend the points.
Where's the fun in that, Hudson?
Well, give me more reasons to use my spell.
You got it.
No.
All right.
Sorry, everybody.
So you fan out your deck of cards, which we will say leaps to your hands, and start reading the cards therein. So
Eat
spend your
shit,
points
squirrels.
and make your roll.
I just-
Is that your battle
We
cry?
just hear her say, "Eat shit, squirrels."
And we're like, yeah.
Sounds about right. Good job back there, Rosaline.
Actually, I had a squirrel when I was a kid.
We know.
Gabe, we know. Not this kind of squirrel. Where's my... There it is. All right. Well, I rolled a 4.
I'm gonna loop this one. You rolled a 4.
Yes.
Okay, so that is a success. So what do they get to roll?
They get to roll... Sorry, get to it real quick. Wait.
Agility, I
on the
think,
right
right?
Yeah, I believe it is agility, but let me double check. Yes, it is.
And they're rolling against your 4, correct?
Yes. Or wait. No, my arcane's... Oh, yeah.
That's the
Sorry,
wrong one.
that's right.
I'm gonna spend a piece of Cursed Spanish Gold to re-roll that.
Do it.
So they got an 8.
You got an 80. Crap.
I know, right? They're really good. So all of these cards come just swirling out of your hand, and you are distracted by this. You just hear like a sound that sounds like razors flying through the air. And what happens though, as that's happening, the squirrels just part, and actually, we'll say they split into 2 smaller swarms on either side of this, and we'll move that so it doesn't look overly phallic anymore. And your cards go sailing harmlessly over the group of squirrels.
The gelatinous oozes.
Yeah.
Turn your card.
Gelatinous, undead, vermin.
All right. Next up is the rodents. So these guys are just going to come like right at you guys. They come climbing and clawing up your horses and just put themselves...
Dead horse, no!
I'm on foot.
Okay, well then they come crawling up you and also your horse, who I assume is right behind you being led. And they are going to just do damage to you guys because they are a swarm.
God damn.
Where is my... Oh, the dog is my other D4. Can I borrow this?
Here.
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
That's okay, I'm just going to borrow Gruff's. Oh, okay, I see what you're doing.
I mean, I got bit by a dog and I still like dogs.
Okay, all right. Makes sense.
5 damage to everything in here. So what is everyone's toughness?
5.
7.
You are shaken. You are fine. You're just like batting squirrels off of you as they're trying to crawl up your leg.
You're like, this happens all the time out in the wild.
What's your toughness?
I'm used to
5.
this.
You are also shaken. So go ahead and put your shaken tokens on there. Now,
So I wake up every morning.
let me check.
Squirrels, get my stuff. Get out of
Get
here.
out of here, squirrel!
Get out of here.
Squirrel fight!
Let me check
Undead
the
squirrel.
toughness of a horse.
I know some of these squirrels. Back to get me.
Robert, what are you doing here? Robert Squirrel.
That was
Some
wearing
of
my hat.
these squirrels
Just 'cause of
were
long
my
neck.
friends.
They do not injure your horses, which is good because your horses would try and throw you if they did, but they are not able. They're scrabbling up them, but they seem more focused on you. Rosaline, both of these swarms of
I
squirrels
attack them.
move in towards you. Oh yeah,
I have
you
first
have
strike.
your edge that you.
Finally. Yes.
Okay. So
What
how does
edge is this?
This is first strike. It's once per turn. If I'm not shaken, I get a free fighting attack against a single foe who moves adjacent to me.
Cool.
And it interrupts their action.
Dope.
Sweet.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this about swarms.
Okay.
Cutting and piercing weapons do not really do any damage to swarms because there are too many of them.
Great.
So what you can do, area of effect weapons work really good against them. You can also just stomp on them with just your strength as the damage that you do to try and just
put the
squelch
knife
some
away.
of these squirrels.
Can I
It
initiate
looks
attack of
really
will?
cool.
I know.
Persuasion.
You could try.
Be gone, squirrels!
You bring a piece of the church with you everywhere? Just the podium?
No, I'm pretty persuasive as a normal person.
So what are you going to do, Rosalind?
Well, I guess if I can't use my knife, I mean, can I use my knife some other way? Would I still get, I wouldn't get knife damage. even if I,
Basically,
like,
so you're trying to attack like a whole bunch of squirrels at once, and they're just like too nimble for your knives, essentially. But if you start just trying to stomp on them, you can maybe try and do that.
I just want to roll more.
You're on a
Okay.
horse. Horses like to stomp.
Yeah, stop, Blackjack! Stop!
Your
hasn't
horse
learned
is
the-
not a war
hasn't.
My horse probably stomped
Oh,
way
you're on a
more.
horse.
Yeah.
Oh, that means when you're making a fighting roll, you're going to roll whatever is lowest between your riding and your fighting. So you're going to be making these attacks at a D4 minus 2.
Writing is really messing you up.
Whoa.
Yes, it is. Oh my God! Seriously?
Yeah,
I have to roll riding for this?
that's to encourage cavalry people to invest points in riding.
Oh my God! Okay, fine. Fine.
All right, D4 minus 2 to hit the
I
squirrels.
got a 4 on my 4.
You got a 4?
Right. I got a 3.
I'm sorry, what did you get altogether?
Why? Why?
What's happening?
You got a
four
4 on
on
your
my
4 and then
four.
a 3. Translate that to the rest of
I
us.
aced my D4.
Okay.
And then I got a 1.
It's a
so
5.
minus. Oh wait, minus how many?
2.
I
It's a
got
3.
3.
Okay, yeah. So you were just sort of like slashing down with your knife or trying to kick at them, but they just are moving out of the way. They're way too nimble for you.
Okay.
You feel like you would be more effective off of your horse, perhaps.
I thought ahead of time and got off my
did
horse.
you?
That was the plan.
As you're
It wasn't-
I
swarmed
knew
by
we were going to be attacked by undead squirrels, and I acted accordingly.
Anyways, they're gonna bite you
okay.
now.
No, they don't bite me. Get rid of your
That's 7,
stupid acing.
8. 8 damage. What's your toughness?
Wait, who? Me?
Yeah.
It's it might. Hold on.
It's like 10, right?
Probably.
Yeah, it's 5.
Okay.
I use parry?
So that is no, not against swarms. You are shaken, and your horse is shaken. So will you make a riding roll for me?
Oh my god.
Oh no, not Blackjack.
Riding rolls!
Come on, Blackjack, be nice. Oh.
Oh, you
Oh,
ace.
this one is still
Why is it cocking so much?
because of the way.
Oh,
it's a
okay.
3, because of this thing. Okay, so 3.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
Okay, so
10 minus
That ate
2.
twice and then got a 2.
So that's a
Everybody
success
was.
with a raise.
Yeah.
You are able to easily remain horse.
Blackjack.
However-
Thank God for James.
Blackjack is shaken now as well. This other swarm moves into you as well. They're going to damage you. That is 4 damage. That's not enough to
No.
get through. This swarm. Yeah, this swarm's going to move
Like
in on
really
you
likes
as well.
trees and wants to.
No, no, they're also going to just join in the party here. Keep
Oh
that
man,
guy
you're
there.
Oh, but it
surrounded
can't
by
because the
animals.
shaken thing's in the way.
No,
Yeah, no, he's right.
that's a 6. And your toughness is a 5.
Yeah.
You would be wounded.
Oh, we have an edge that lets everybody use Howl's toughness.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I don't
You may
remember
share
that.
your toughness with every member of your party
It's
for the rest of time.
common tough.
They don't look so bad. These bites ain't that bad. Why is it
We're like,
like
oh, he's
You want
right.
to soak it?
Oh,
Thanks,
right,
Hal.
okay. Actually, can I use the plot armor?
No, because we don't have plot armor.
Oh, right. I thought we had.
Plot armor has not been
You're right.
unlocked.
Also,
Sorry, Rosaline. You're gonna spend this to soak?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my spirit, right?
Yes. No, vigor to soak.
Bigger, right? Well, it's the same thing, so it doesn't matter. Come on.
Talking like crazy today.
No.
5.
Okay, that is a success. So you are able to soak it. Meanwhile, these raccoons.
So you're not
Do
shaking,
you need
right?
to use
I
this?
am.
No,
Oh,
she's still shaken. You don't
No.
unshake from a previous
'cause it was
attack.
separate, yeah.
All right, this
You're
one's
right.
gonna come in and just launch itself at you, James.
Okay.
So this weird raccoon with like the floppy head that's just like hitting the ground as it comes running up to you, just leaps up for you.
Can I ask real quick? Do all these things look like their heads have attempted to be separated?
They do.
Okay.
This is fucked up shit.
It runs up to you
That
and
makes complete sense. I know exactly what's happening.
just jumps at you.
I want to explain to us, amigo.
All right, so let's see. It's fighting.
Clearly
is-
they're mad because their heads were almost removed.
I would be angry about
It
that.
rolled a 1. But what the hey? I'll spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold. Rolled a 3. That's still not going to be enough to get through your toughness, right? So
Right.
it just runs up and just tries to launch itself at you and claw, but you just kind of step back and it stays on the ground and starts to circle you, its head just thudding on the ground as it goes. This one's going to come up and run at you, Howell. So you guys are still on your horses, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's going to come up and run at you. It is going to roll its fighting roll. which is a 2. I'll spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold. Why not? You're new at the table. Let's give you a run. Still a 2. Okay, so it also tries to scrabble up the horse, but your horse just kind of like shakes it off and it gets back down on the ground and looks at you, Gabe. That is it. Oh no, here's this raccoon. This raccoon's gonna run over for you, Rosaline. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a gang up bonus because there are 3 swarms of squirrels attacking you right now.
That like makes that not doable for them.
Do you?
Rosaline doesn't like gang ups.
No.
We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll make it a Mickey Mouse gang of squirrels there.
Two-fisted?
No, I believe you have to have
Mickey,
martial
everybody.
artists in
Hidden
order
Mickey.
to get rid of gang up bonus.
Confusing. Okay, fine, whatever, fine,
So I'm gonna give it a +2.
fine.
Uh-oh.
That's
Wait,
a
you
4.
can't be ganged up because you're attractive.
6.
Said it.
That's an 8. So that's a success with a raise, right?
Fuck.
Oh no, I'm sorry. What's your parry?
My
Right.
parry is
Your
a-
parry's really high.
Yeah, it's a 7.
That is just a success. All right, so it's gonna do some damage to you. 4,
Oh my god.
Fine.
6. What's your toughness?
My toughness
5?
is 5.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna be wounded.
Yikes.
I can soak one more, but then I can't soak. I feel like I should. Okay, I'll take this one wound.
Okay. All right. So the raccoon comes running up from behind you
I can toss you a
That's
fate
true,
chip if you would
can.
like it.
I'm worried I'm gonna get
and
more.
scrabbles up the side of
Okay,
Blackjack
fine, I'll try to soak it.
and starts trying to gnaw on your leg,
Yeah, well, it can.
Yeah,
not
let's-
do that.
Yeah.
which is a weird thing to see it do if anyone was watching. That is a failure.
Not today, hombre.
That is not a success on your
There's
soak
no-
roll.
I'm gonna yell like Rose behind you or whatever, wherever they're coming
Okay,
from.
thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Gabe. Okay, there's
Better.
That's a success. So it
Yes.
starts doing that, and just as he shouts out behind you, you see it coming up the side of your horse, and you kind of kick at it, and it stays on the side of Blackjack, but doesn't
Not
manage
today,
to snap
raccoon.
around your ankle. That is it for the animals.
Nice.
Although you all start to hear a strange and ominous flapping sound from the air above you guys.
Fuck.
Who is
Dragons.
next?
I think it's me.
We got a bunch of
Yes.
9s. Hearts before clubs. Yes.
All right. So I know there are people all around us, but can I make my way to Rose?
Well, first of all, you're shaken. So the
I
first
am
thing you want to
shaken.
do is try and unshake.
So it's a vigor roll.
It is a spirit roll to unshake.
Spirit roll to unshake. That's much better for me. Boop, boop. Come on, unshake. I got a 5. So
Yeah,
success,
you unshake.
right? Bleep. So I shake it off, and I imagine there's actually like an actual squirrel on me, and I shake it off.
You literally shake the squirrels off of you.
shake it off.
Nope.
Shake it off.
Damn it. God damn
Because
it.
squirrel's gonna squirrel.
The squirrel's gonna squirrel.
And that's as far as we go, because we don't want to get sued.
And the
All right.
girl's gonna girl.
Well-
So what are you going to do after you shake off the squirrels?
So I'm gonna try and can I mean how dense is like this amount of squirrels? Can I?
It's pretty dense. There's a lot of squirrels
Okay, but
around
it
you.
seems like Rose is sort of surrounded, so I think I want to like try and make my way to Rose.
Okay, sure. This is going to count as them getting a free attack against you because you'd be withdrawing from melee with them.
That's totally fine.
Okay.
I feel like I have a loyalty hindrance that I don't use enough.
I think, yeah, you guys don't pretend to be loyal
Don't
enough.
use it enough.
No! That's double ace. Hold
Double
on. So that's
ace.
8.
Oh my.
That's quadruple ace, everybody.
Quadruple
He just
ace.
rolled 4 4s in a row.
You stop it.
That's 19 damage.
Fuck! Fuck!
Yeah.
Game over.
That's what's your toughness?
5.
5. So that's a success with 1 raise, 2 raises, 3 raises. So that's going to be you're going to be shaken and take 2 wounds.
I soak.
Okay. All right. So these squirrels, after you shake them off, you start running over towards Rosaline, but they just kind of resurge around you and just start crawling up your body, and they're biting and tearing at you. Try and
All
make a soak roll.
So I soak. Luckily, I'm a little better at soaking than. Oh, soak is vigor, right?
Yes.
All right, so I still got my Elan bonus. So I rolled a 5.
Okay.
So
So you soak 1.
that would be enough to soak 1. However, I'm going to use a blue fate chip.
That's right.
It is, but
What's
he gets
this?
to make
But
it
it's red.
blue.
It's
But it's
red.
red.
It's red. It's blue.
It's blue now.
Fate's favored. All right, you're going to add a d6 to that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you got a 5 altogether, so roll an extra d6. So 7.
Oh, but you get
But
a
Elan.
+2?
You already had Elon
Damn
added
it.
to the first one. So that is still just one success.
Son of a bitch! I guess I got another D6.
So
But
you
there's also
Wait, could I use a Curse Spanish Gold?
to re-roll all of the dice.
re-roll
Yes.
all of it instead of I can't just roll that D6?
No, you would re-roll the entire roll.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
all right.
I use a
However, this is going to get rid of your Elan bonus because this is not a fate chip.
I used 2 fate chips.
You
in this.
did to get Elan and to add that, but it still wasn't enough. So re-rolling with this is not going to count for your
How
Elan
many
bonus.
dice is he
Sure, but it won't
3
add
dice.
another- well, I lose my Elan from both the fate chips.
You don't lose your Elan. You already used it by spending a fate chip. This is re-rolling with something else. So you're still going to get to spend roll your extra D6, but you won't get your Elan bonus for adding it all on top.
Well, can't I just use that to just re-roll my D6?
No,
and
you
keep
can.
the Elan
You
from
can
the first
specifically only re-roll
Well, I
all
don't think
of
it's
the
worth
dice.
it then.
Okay. So you're going to soak 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
you are shaken and wounded.
shaken and wounded.
Okay, so squirrels are just tearing themselves at you, but you still get to move. Although you're shaken now, so all you're going to be able to do is move.
All right.
So where would you like to go?
I'm gonna get as close to Rose as I can.
Okay.
Like back
let's
to
see.
back, if possible.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can do that. Ha!
Get out of there, shaken.
No, that's still you. And yeah, now you're shaken together. All right.
I've just
hand
got
in your
one fate
card.
chip left.
This is bad.
Don't worry, there's a lot of jokers in here. Just hope
is
you
how we
guys get
die!
one. All right, James Bogue, you're up next.
I'm going to yell out, "Get the hell out of here!" to everyone. And,
Astute observation, Bogue.
yeah.
You hardly have the energy to be glib right now. You're shaken. There are squirrels inside of your shirt.
I think if there's anything that Gabe can do while being shaken, it's being glib.
Fair point.
Everyone's trying to fight these things. I'm like, nah, maybe not.
Unshake first, Bogue.
I will unshake first. It's a vigor roll?
Yes.
Okay.
No, spirit.
Spirit?
Yeah.
Perfect.
You guys are tricking me with your
Even better.
confidence.
Even better.
Well, it's confusing because soak is vigor.
Soak is vigor.
Shake is
Shaken is spirit.
spirit.
Yo, that's a
Oh!
double ace. 8 and a 6.
That's a 6
I mean,
ace and an 8 ace.
Does he need to keep doing it?
So
no,
that's
but
a 10.
But we like to know, like, what if you'd rolled 100?
sometimes if you keep acing a lot, I'll give you a fate
He
chip.
turns super saiyan.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're great. You're unshaken.
Come
And then I fire a fireball at everything.
You wish. Oh my God, wouldn't that be cool?
Yay!
You're on a horse
Chat,
though with a
unlock
gun.
that, right? That's a
I like
thing?
fireballs.
There is a thing to unlock. It's not fireballs though.
Oh.
What are we at? The $100 mark?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much for that, by the way, Chad.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Kat.
so much.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay, I'm going to rear back Dot, and I'm going to head towards Rosaline, and I'm going to. I'm
I'm gonna say you're also gonna get attacked by the swarm.
They only get one reaction.
It doesn't work just like that in the end. There's no hard and fast rule for this, but since this is technically like 30 squirrels, I'm gonna say they're also gonna get a chance to attack you as you try and pull away.
But I'm intimidating.
You are, but unfortunately, these squirrels are fearless because they are undead, so they do not respond
Oh,
to
they're undead,
intimidation.
guys! He said it! He said it! He said the U word!
Oh, I'm sorry, was that not already clear?
Turn undead! Turn undead!
I hold up my holy symbol.
The dog is a cleric.
Oh, you don't believe in it. What?
The dog is a cleric.
You're right.
The dog
I
actually does
don't
get to go
believe
on
in
this
it.
turn as well.
Okay.
I'm a charlatan.
He turns the corner, sees all this, and runs away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck no.
Chowder.
This dog breathes fire. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Does the dog breathe fire?
It does not. No, Chowder is a good boy.
Aw.
He's not that good.
He breathes chowder.
Okay.
Some chowder.
That would be a great boy.
All right, so they're going to attack me?
They're gonna try and bite
Okay.
you.
All right.
But don't worry, I don't roll well with these.
Sure.
5.
My toughness is 5.
You're
so
reshaken.
I'm reshaken.
Yes.
Okay.
Well.
However, you can still move.
Okay.
So you can still take your horse and do what it is you were wanting to do.
Okay, I'm going to.
But you are unsettled by the number and ferocity of squirrels
Yeah.
that are attacking you, with their heads flopping back over the top of their bodies as they come at you.
Yeah, James. There's a look across James of a bit of concern. Normally he would be steely. He's just a little bit unsettled by this. So he rears up and stomps through the swarm.
Okay.
And basically I want to saddle up next to Rosaline if I can. No.
There's a raccoon and some other squirrel swarms in the way. Well, the raccoon is technically on the horse, so
Smash it. Smash
we'll
it with
say
your
you can
horse.
get right up next to her, and then we'll just keep the raccoon in between there.
Okay.
And Gabriel is on foot, correct? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, good for you.
Because I got off my horse to prod the dead squirrel.
Yeah.
Yep, you did.
See you later.
did. But let's see. And then Chowda.
Chowda.
How far?
Chowder's
fate
pace is 8. And
Chowder the fate die.
he rolls a d10 for a run.
Okay, he's going to run then.
Okay.
So 5.
So he can move 13 squares altogether.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this?
You can cut that corner.
So
that'd be
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
You can get to where you want.
Yeah,
I don't know
right,
where, I don't know
right.
where you wanted to go.
I guess. Yeah. There's no way to get to that raccoon, right?
No.
So I guess he's just going to get to this swarm and start.
You want him to just start biting at the swarm?
Yeah.
Okay, make a fighting roll for him. That's a d6. No wild die. He's
Bite
just
the
a dog.
swarm.
He's not a great boy. He's a good boy. 2.
2.
Wow.
That is not going to do it. He comes up, but he seems, the dog seems wary. These things do not smell right to him, and he is attacking. You did whistle, but he is not feeling it.
Good boy, Chowder. You hang in there.
Don't kill Chowder.
I didn't bring Chowder here.
You did bring Chowder here.
Can I get that
The
card?
card specifically says the DM's choice
He
of help.
whistled. What was I supposed to be like? Oh, but secretly, a bunch of militia members were hiding in the
Maybe,
trees.
maybe Boyd was relatively close. I don't know.
If you bring a dog in and kill it,
I did-
I'm gonna
whistle
be so
seems
upset.
I did tell Boyd we were going to reconnoiter over here.
You did, but he doesn't know what that means. 7 is up next.
Okay.
He's been trying to find
You
out
are
what
not shaken.
reconnoiter means.
No.
You
He's been
are
dropping the word casually, being like,
Nerves of steel.
reconnoiter.
Yeah. You and me reconnoiter maybe? Or?
Okay, yeah. I'm looking at Bogue, and the rest of them are like, we gotta go. This is a weird menagerie, and we don't want to be here.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get out of here.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ride. Well, I guess I don't know how swarms work, so I guess I should shoot. What would it be if I wanted to ride and grab Gabriel and put him on my horse?
riding and grabbing Gabriel would be, we'll call that a riding roll to like grab, especially like if you announce to him that that's going to happen, so he is aware ahead of time.
I think if you announce, yeah, I guess you could do it and find out.
Yeah,
I'd say
well-
if you announce to me that you're gonna like try and pull me onto your horse. Well, is Rose still on her horse? Or she?
Yeah, I'm still on
Yeah,
my horse.
we've called that a riding roll before when you guys
Yeah.
have done
Yeah.
that same move. So yeah, that'd just be a riding roll.
Sure.
Okay. What if I wanted to shoot first? Would that be a -2 to the riding roll?
And ask
That'd be
questions
and to your
after
shooting.
that?
Oh, okay.
So it's a minus for every action you add in combat. It's a -2 to every action you're taking.
Okay.
So if you took a third action, it'd be a -4 to all 3 of them.
Okay. So this could be real risky.
Not necessarily. A -2 just makes your shotgun blast normal.
The riding roll, though, we really.
The riding roll would be
it's
at a
only
-2.
D4.
You do have fate chips though. You got fate chips.
Not
Yeah.
many.
Okay.
He has 3.
I have one sweet blue.
One sweet blue.
Old blue.
I don't have any.
Okay. Can I shoot the raccoon that's on her horse from here? That seems like a pretty dodgy shot.
You can definitely try.
Might shoot the horse.
If you fail, if you roll a 1 on your shooting die, you will hit one of these guys. Potentially.
I don't think I'll even aim that way then. I would never do that. I'm gonna shoot.
I'm gonna say with a shotgun that would be a very difficult shot to make right,
Right,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not a lot
I
of
would agree.
precision.
Yeah. So here's what I want to do then. I will grab him. I'm gonna ride over here,
Okay.
grab him,
Okay.
continue moving on my horse. What's the pace of a horse? Probably like crazy,
I
right?
believe it's pretty fast, especially if you want him to run. His pace is a 10, and
Okay.
he rolls a d8 to run.
So he doesn't probably need to run because that'd be another action, be another -2, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
you can move 10 squares.
Okay. So basically, I want to get over here, pick him up, then ride to here-ish, and then shoot that raccoon, maybe. Which
Okay.
is a much easier shot to take at that point. So that's 2 actions.
It's still going to potentially hit one of them if you roll a 1 on your shooting die, but you have enough fate chips that you could re-roll that if that happens.
Okay.
That would be 2 actions. This raccoon is going to get a chance to attack you as you leave.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's going to be a -2 to do that, and then you're going to try and hit the raccoon that's on her horse.
Yes.
Okay,
so.
I'm excited about this plan. Let's see how it works. Okay, so first this raccoon's going to get a chance to hit you. So
What a jerk.
raccoon, don't worry, he's not very good at fighting.
Good.
It's just that D4s have a higher likelihood of acing, like that. Whoa. 6, what's your parry?
It is 5.
Okay, so he's going to hit you, and he is going to bite and claw at you for 1 point of damage,
Nah.
which does not do anything. You
Nah.
just kick at his little ineffectual teeth
Nah.
and continue riding.
Nah.
So you're going to come over here and try and pick up Gabriel Pryor.
Yes.
Make a riding roll at a -2.
Okay, but since he knows, does that help?
It doesn't help you get rid of the multi-action penalty. It just makes
Right.
it not more hard.
Not
Right.
more hard. Not more
Well,
hard.
that's good.
I'm not fighting you on this.
Right.
Yeah,
roll.
he is okay with this.
Riding roll -2. Okay, cool. Here we go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
get
do it
those
out
out of the
here.
way for you. That is a failure.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to recommend
Yeah,
re-rolling
I'm
that.
gonna do that with one of these.
Or there
We
is
also-
one piece
we also
of
have a
cursed Spanish gold still
Let's
on
do
the
that.
table.
Let's
Maybe
do
roll
that.
through the Spanish gold first.
This
All
is
right.
pretty important.
Yeah.
Although Jordan is going to use that to kill us somehow.
I will probably try. Otherwise, it wouldn't be cursed. That's still a failure.
That's also bad. I'll use one of these.
Now, you can use a red fate chip to add a d6 to it.
How much more does he need to succeed?
He needs 2 more to succeed.
So it's probably easier.
Worth it just to add a d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, that's
Even
going to
though,
go to
again, that
me
goes
if you
to-
use it that way.
That's fine. Okay, cool.
There it is.
That'll do.
So
All
it's
right.
a 6.
So that's enough. You go to grab him, and you almost he seems totally taken aback by everything that's happening, and he almost slips out of your reach. But you just retighten your grip around him and haul him up onto the
Come
horse
on,
behind
preacher,
you.
we're out of here.
Okay, so now you guys are on the same horse.
Yep.
And you're coming over here, and you're gonna try and shoot the raccoon on Rosaline.
Yep.
Cool. Make your shooting roll.
Woo! Okay, great.
Do you announce to Rosaline what you're doing?
I think as I see him aiming
would.
aiming the gun, I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
You've got the wrong person on the horse.
Shoot the hostage.
Trust me, preacher.
What do you do? So Rosaline sees what you're doing and tries to turn Blackjack so that the raccoon is facing you. So is her leg. That is a 5. That's
It's a
enough.
success.
Yes.
That's enough to do it.
Yes.
Roll damage.
Okay.
3d6
Okay.
against this poor raccoon,
Poor raccoon.
who is hanging on with his weirdly stretchy neck.
Ew.
Oh no, a 3?
That's pretty terrible. Oh, ace that.
Oh,
Yeah.
So 3 + 6 + 5 is 14?
14. Okay, yeah. You blow that raccoon up.
Yes.
It
Nice
just
one,
it just splatters and then just slides off the side of her horse.
All right, that worked out, but I would advise you in the future not to fire shotguns at any of our.
Hand in your card.
Pardon my language, but shut up and hold on.
At this time, you guys can't leave yet because we're in another round of combat. At this time,
I'm
you
not
guys
leaving.
see.
I'm just marching to the tent station.
Sure.
Yeah.
You see things flitting around in the air above you, and what look like various different birds, robins, sparrows, all with like flopping heads, come flipping down with their broken, crusty claws, scratching for your faces. So we now have a few undead bulls.
What kind of game is this?
Boards!
Welcome to the table.
What the hell?
It is the weird
Oh my
West.
god, everything here is killing us so hard.
James Bogue, Jack of Spades.
Come on, Joker.
Gabriel
Come on,
Pryor,
Joker.
7 of
Joker,
Spades.
Joker,
Rosaline,
Joker.
6 of Clubs. Howell Melton, 4 of Diamonds.
Dang.
There are more in there.
4 of Spades. There are 4 Jokers in this deck, and we haven't drawn a
they all the
single one.
bottom? Sorry.
All right. First up is James Bogue.
All right.
You're shaken. You got to unshake first.
Damn it. It's a spirit.
It is a spirit roll to unshake.
Get good, Bogue.
That is a failure.
I'm just going to unshake.
You're just going to automatically unshake. Well done. All right.
Okay.
You are not shaken.
Joker.
Yeah, that's super.
gotten
Like
fate chips.
you guys haven't gotten any Jokers.
Rosie, Trick Command Alpha.
Gotcha, James.
Yeah. What is that one again?
That's the one where I grab her and flip her behind me onto
That's
Dot.
Trick
Off
Command
of
Alpha?
Blackjack. Off
Yeah.
of Blackjack onto
Yeah.
onto Dot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Writing roll.
Make a writing roll.
How much time do we have left in this session?
Not very much.
All right.
Well, no, I'm
it's
just-
4.
This doesn't actually open. It's I don't
mine?
think.
Then why would you tease us like that? All right, you make
Oh, it does. Look at that.
Wow,
Yep.
weird. All right,
There's
so
something
Rosaline,
about
you
Who
reach
knows
out.
in here?
You reach out to him. You know Trick Command Alpha, and he grabs you and starts riding forward, and you use that momentum to sling yourself around onto the saddle behind James.
Try and kick a few of them on the way.
It's really cool, but it doesn't work.
Well, at least the squirrels
They're all
are
dead.
impressed.
You're still shaken. All right, James, what now?
And I'm just gonna.
You can move 10 without having suffered a retroactive -2.
Yeah,
without
yeah.
riding.
No, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move 10 towards so around if I can.
Okay, this swarm's still going to get a chance to attack
Okay.
you, but you can go. Yeah, you can definitely move around the rest and try and get over there with them.
Okay.
So go ahead and put yourself where you want to be. You can move 10 squares, and I'll roll for the
So
swarm.
you want to?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically
Uh-oh.
behind them.
7, 8.
Come on.
That's an 8 against all 3 of you. The horse as well.
Okay.
Our toughness or parry?
Yeah, against your toughness.
Okay.
So 8.
So I have 5.
Okay, so you are shaken again.
Okay.
I
Rosaline?
have 5.
So you are wounded because you were already shaken. Do you want to soak?
I cannot.
All right, you take a wound. And then the horse, I rolled an 8. The horse is shaken. Dot is shaken. So will you make another riding roll for me, but you're shaken?
Uh-oh.
Quick adjudication, make a riding roll at a -2. Don't think you can technically do that, but for the dramatic sense of it. We haven't done a lot of riding. Oh, crap.
That's a 5.
Okay.
-2 is a 3.
Dot's about to get spooked.
I'll add a d6 to that.
Okay.
Well, we're all spooked here.
It's another 5.
You
so
managed
that's an
to
8.
stay. You managed to
Yay.
stay horsed, but you can hear Rosaline screeching out behind you and throwing these squirrels off of her as they're just tearing at her skin.
Squirrels.
Dot's eyes are
squirrel
wild,
was
and
a kid.
she's
I
she's
know,
starting to become
Dave.
hard to control.
God damn it, Dot. Hold steady, girl. Come on.
All right, hand in your card.
Okay.
Jack, what we got next?
Next up is 7.
Me at my 7th?
Yeah.
All
you
right,
gotta
well,
unshake.
first thing I'll do is try and unshake.
Yeah.
Which is a
Spirit.
spirit roll. Spirit! I got a 7.
That'll do it. You are
So-
unshaken.
Unshake. I still have. Wait.
Don't tell me.
Okay, but that was a 6 because I get a -1 to all my rolls because of my
Because you're
wound.
wounded. Yes, but it still counts. It still is a success.
Yes, but yeah, just gotta remember I have a -1 to everything. I'm gonna pop that next to myself.
Okay.
No, I can just put it here. Whoa, I'm dying.
He's fine, guys. He's
Okay.
fine.
I'm
He's
dying, everybody.
Lots
Not
of sounds
fine.
coming out.
I'm not fine.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to just like fire. I'm gonna take my gun and just like shoot at
At Howell.
what do we got?
Well,
I got you, preacher. Oh.
you got swarms of.
Yeah, I just like right behind you. It's like,
You know what? Screw this guy.
and I just coup de grace you on your first turn, your first session in the group.
You got
You
swarms of
cast
squirrels
next
here and here. You've got what look like undead birds flying in towards you here, and here. And then there's a couple raccoons that are loping after you from back here.
Okay, so we're all making good progress this direction,
You
right?
are, generally, yes.
I think I'm gonna try and fire whatever seems like the most immediate threat, which
The
I
birds.
imagine is the birds.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to fire at the birds.
Okay, you have the clearest shot at this one because this one's coming in from the trees.
I will take a shot at that bird.
Make a shot.
I have
Flip this card over to the undead bird side.
a 6 on the shooting.
Okay.
Okay, rolling at a -1 because I'm wounded. But
That's an ace.
I
Wow,
roll
there's an
good.
ace.
Well,
What the,
that's
why do you guys use this thing?
Yeah.
That's
Well-
a double ace.
It takes up less space on the table.
That is, well, and these are gemstone dice, which need soft things to roll on.
We got
So that was
dice trays?
That was a 16.
Okay, that is definitely
15.
a hit with a raise.
Yeah.
So you can roll. Well, I would say you could roll extra damage for this, but
I
it's
can't.
very difficult to hit the undead in a
A vital organ.
vital
A vital
area.
spot.
So you don't get to roll an extra d6.
I mean, you
Well-
knock a head off. You knock a head off. I say.
Woo-hoo.
no, wait. I was doing that. That was forever ago. That was a mistake I made in our home game. No, called shots don't get extra damage against it. You still get your raised damage. So roll an extra
I
d6.
should, yeah. All right, cool.
You cannot make a called shot against an undead.
So I get to roll an extra d6.
Yeah.
Can I burrow a d6?
Yes.
Oh, actually,
Let
I
him
have
burrow a
d6
d6.
here.
Burrow
Send it
one.
under the table over to him.
He's like one of them trimmers.
I use dig. Like
Make your roll.
Yeah. All right, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
9, 10. Okay, 10 is enough to just blast that bird out of the sky. You hear it. You hear it squawk, and you see like feathers, greasy feathers, just plop to the ground as it does as well.
Them's good eatings.
Looks like you've been duck hunting before, preacher.
Bird. All right, hand in your card.
Is that the dog that comes out? So, holding the bird.
What did you say I've done before?
Duck hunting.
Rosaline.
Looks like you've been duck hunting before.
Don't worry, it's just the jail. Keep going. We're almost done.
Oh my God!
Everything's fine. You guys didn't see that happening? I saw it happening. I chose to do nothing. Rosaline, you're up next.
Okay.
Just leave it.
So
Just leave it.
Just leave it on the ground.
they're all going that way, right? I mean, they're after us, right?
They are after you,
Okay,
yes.
well,
Birds are flying from the
Since
sky at you.
Howell and Gabe are in front. I'm going to turn around with my cards and 54 card pick up at
Just
them.
try and like get the whole.
Yeah,
You're
as
wounded?
many-
Hal, make a notice roll.
Aw,
Oh,
I'm wounded.
I am focused forward.
Yeah.
Don't notice.
I imagine a lot of people are looking at the swarms of undead animals that are coming up from behind you.
There's someone behind me blocking my view.
Yeah, but you're looking. Just make a notice roll.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
You aced it.
I'm trying to be real.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow, you're acing the crap out of it. Okay.
You notice real good right now.
So you're looking around at all the animals, and you see something that you can't quite explain.
It was going to happen at some point.
You see what looks like out of Rosaline's pack, a deck of cards comes like flying itself out into her hand, and then she turns and spends her points and makes her roll. Are you
Yes,
dealing?
No, I'm going to spend my. These
Then
things
do
are
it.
actors. I have
Do it.
points. Okay, I got a 6. Well,
6.
A 5.
And you
because I'm
see
wounded.
cards in an impossible
wait.
manner.
I didn't unshake. I have to unshake.
Oh, well,
first.
unshake.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
So let's see if this actually happens.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. In an impossible manner, you see a flurry of cards come out in a torrent from her hand and just start slicing at these things. So roll damage, or they get to make an agility roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Preacher, are you seeing this?
I recommend. I say.
D10.
I recommend you
Just
don't
make
think
one.
too long on it.
They made a 9. What did you roll for
I
your
rolled a
arcane
5.
thing? You rolled a 6, right?
No, I rolled a 5.
Does it negate it entirely if they make their agility roll,
I mean, basically, it doesn't.
or does it
really
do half
say.
damage?
I don't think it does half damage. It just says those who fail suffer 2d10 damage.
Okay, yeah. Again, your cards go slicing out, and the
So
animals
all of them are just like, whoa.
God damn it!
yeah, they kind of like just go around it and keep surging in towards you.
These fucking animals.
All right, hand in your card, and take away your shaken token. Spades go before diamonds, so it is the animal's turn.
Animals.
This bird is going to come down towards you, Bogue. So it's going to make its attack roll. That is a 2. Piece of cursed Spanish gold here. That is a 1. Fate chip.
Dang.
I have to spend them. All right, that's a 2. It's not going to make it. So it comes down and you just duck, and you feel its talons just graze across the top of your hat.
Robin talons.
Yes.
They're the worst.
This one's coming for you, Rosaline.
Parakeet.
Oh, can I know. I can attack it.
The dog's here.
Right, once per turn.
Sure. Yeah, it
I
is
have to
coming
do my
in
stupid
towards you.
writing
Yep.
roll again, but
all of our pets are here. There's parakeets and dogs and squirrels.
Did you play this?
I didn't.
it's a 0.
Yeah, if
because
only you weren't on the
minus
back of a
20.
horse.
Jeez.
So it's going to attack you. It rolls a 5. What's your parry?
It's 6.
Tyler.
7, actually.
Okay, yeah. So it you can't
I punch
you
it
can't attack it,
right
but
in
you
the
do slash your dagger at it, and it pulls back. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll get to one of
7.
you yet.
This one's going to go for you, Howell.
All right.
That is a 5. What's your parry?
I think it's 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to hit.
Okay.
And its damage is just D4. 2. All right, yeah, it's gonna swipe at you, but you just kind of like brush it off. However, these guys are gonna come at you now. So this is going to try and surge around the dog. So Chowder's gonna get to make a free attack. So make a fighting attack at a D6.
Nice.
Ace.
Whoa!
He's breathing fire! He's breathing fire!
Oh, 4 aces and a 5!
Oh my
I can't give you much, but I can give you a fate chip for that. That's a lot of aces. All right, okay. Roll damage against the swarm, and that is with an extra d6. So, why do I want to call him Toby now? I named him Chowder. Chowder's damage is d6 plus d4. So 2d6 plus d4, since he hit with a raise.
Chowder's the best.
That's a bad damage.
Yeah.
So Chowder sees that they're going for you and just jumps heroically into the middle and starts biting and trying to grab at him and shake him around and everything. However, these squirrels don't really seem to care. Anyone that he bites and sends sprawling, they just sort of scrabble on their side for a bit and then get up and keep going for you guys.
There's no way I can use this to reroll, right?
No,
because
can't reroll damage.
Yeah, you can't reroll damage,
No
and
blood
he's
yet.
also not a wild card.
Yeah.
So they're coming over here, and they're just going to get on the front there, and they're going to make an attack against you and your horse, Howell.
Okay.
Whew, it's hot in here.
It is.
Very on here.
4. That is not enough to get through.
Negative.
These guys are going to come up to you, Rosaline.
This is the same.
6. How much damage? You have
Wait, that
5?
ace.
I have
Oh,
five.
right. I'm seeing that aced.
No!
Oh, again.
8, 10.
Why did I say that?
11. 11. So your
Ronnie,
toughness
yeah.
is 5.
Yeah.
So that's a success with a raise. And also the horse is shaken, so make a riding roll.
God
so
damn.
you have another wound.
All right. I have 2 wounds,
But you stay horsed.
and I'm shaken. I assume.
You are shaken again.
You
Son
stay
of a-
horsed.
This one comes up for you guys. Actually, this one's going to go through the trees.
Yeah, good. Don't have it attack Chowder.
And
I'm
come
gonna
around
be
here
upset.
to Gabriel.
All right.
It's
You're
going
loyal
to
to
bite you
Chowder
in the
now.
horse. Oh, crap. 5. 8. So the horse is shaken. Make a riding roll, Howl.
Okay.
And you are Were you already shaken?
Wounded.
No, I'm not shaken. I do have a wound.
You are shaken and wounded, I believe. What's
Oh
your
my
toughness?
God.
My toughness is 5.
Okay, you're just shaken.
These
All right.
squirrels are gonna
Was
kill
that
us.
a minus or anything?
No.
Okay, so it's a 5.
Okay, so you also stay horsed. These squirrels and the raccoons run off into the woods over this way. And
That
you
doesn't
lose
seem
sight
right.
of them.
That doesn't-
Just for a party.
All right, Howl, you're up.
Okay.
You guys got to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at this swarm next to me.
Okay,
Or, wait,
right in
no,
front of
I
you?
should just ride. No, ride's a -2. No, I should just run away from this thing.
Okay.
But you guys are in trouble. I don't know. Shoot some stuff behind me.
Get. I can get us out of here.
Get out!
You take so many attacks though from these things from just running, don't we?
You'll take an attack from this by running, yeah.
But I mean, I know, but them. I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about the people behind me. That they're gonna take a bunch of attacks.
Potentially.
All right, I'm gonna.
You guys also have the option to take the defend thing to
right.
raise your parry by 2 if you don't take any
we
other
don't have the
actions.
system that well. It doesn't seem like parry is effective on these, though.
Not against the swarms. They ignore parry. They just bite.
Oh.
But everything else
Well-
that's going to attack you.
That's not good.
You can still do yeah.
I'm gonna shoot this bird right here
Okay.
and then run.
I would recommend shooting one of the swarms. 'Cause
Okay.
Those are the things that are going to cause them the most trouble getting out of there.
Okay.
So if you shoot one of the swarms and you run, you're just at a no bonus for your shooting.
Okay.
It gets rid of your +2.
Then I'll shoot this swarm.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So you wheel the horse around to fire at that swarm. So make your shooting roll.
Shoot.
I'm going to let you do this with a shotgun.
Shooting.
That'll
hit.
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Roll damage, 3d6.
It's 7 plus. Whoops!
Yeah.
I broke the game. 7 plus 2, 9.
9.
9 is enough to shake them.
Shake the swarm.
So this swarm is shaken. I'll flip it over.
Can I
to
reroll
this side.
damage with a fate chip?
You cannot re-roll damage
Okay.
with a fate chip.
Cool.
So now make your run roll,
Okay.
which is it's on the horse, so it's a d8.
Ooh, AC.
Uh,
Right?
I mean,
has that been?
do we just have to get off the map, or because I can run 10 from here?
Yeah, I mean, if you just flee, like you guys are faster than this, but you're gonna have to make your run roll because they can keep pace with the horse.
So you said it was D8.
It's a d8 on the horse, yeah. You don't roll a wild die with
Oh,
run die.
okay. Well, then that was a 2.
Okay, cool. So it can move 12.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Basically, if you guys can clear, you'll be able to run away faster than they can follow on a horse.
Great. I think that's enough to clear. At least
Okay.
in the direction.
They're gonna get a free attack on you.
They can try.
They can succeed probably.
Really well.
Because Jordan aces over and
13.
over and over again.
13 is the toughness, so...
That's on D4s, by the way.
Good.
13 minus 7 is 6.
Okay,
It's like no big deal. Just roll a 13 on D4. No problem.
yeah, so you are
Watch,
going
I'll
to be
do it.
shaken and wounded.
Oh wait, I rolled a 3.
I
I guess it's a
soak
bullshit
that?
thing to do.
Yeah, you can soak it. Okay, so make a vigor roll.
Okie dokie. I'm good at vigor. I'm a vigorous man. Not this time.
Oh no! You want to re-roll that?
Yeah.
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 Oh my god.
Better. Much better.
Okay, yeah, you soak it. So you are not shaken and you are not wounded. So you...
Run.
You guys get to run. And are you shouting back anything?
I'll look back and shout at them. Run.
All right. Fair enough.
I think as we're going, I'm like, we can't leave Rose behind.
All right, guys.
And Bo.
push him off the
Also
horse.
Bo.
Here we go. James Bogue, 10 of clubs. Gabriel Pryor, 5 of hearts.
Joker, just give us a
Rosaline,
stupid Joker.
Queen of hearts.
At this point, you can't.
Howell,
At this point.
10 of spades. They get an 8 of clubs. There are 4 jokers in this many cards. Okay.
That's a 7% chance of getting a Joker.
Who's first? You first.
I'm first.
Yeah, unshake. This fight with animals has taken way more time than I thought it would. Unshake.
Oh no.
Critical fail to unshake.
Oh, that's Snake
no.
Eyes.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to like spectacularly fail to unshake, but you definitely don't
You
unshake.
keep shaking.
Just like,
You were shaken. All you can do is take a free action.
Yep. Which would be, I mean,
You're on the back of a horse. There's
Hold
really not
on
much you can do.
tight.
Ride faster, G.
All right, hand in your card.
That is shit.
Yeah, that's disappointing. All right, next up is Howell.
I
try
mean,
to kill them all.
can I shoot a swarm from here? It seems
Yeah,
pretty-
you can actually see through the trees that large swarm.
All right, yeah, I will.
It's going to be at a -1 because they have cover relative to you, but you can shoot.
I think this is my last shot before I have to reload.
Okay, that sounds about right to me.
Okay, cool.
That's a fail.
That's a big old fail.
Big old fail.
As it should be. I'm
Okay.
really far away.
No
All right.
rerolls left.
Yeah, that shot just goes wide. But are you going to keep going?
Yeah.
All right, so you keep going. You
pretty
guys
sure
are
we're
are
done.
clearing it. Turn in your card, James. You got unshake, buddy.
Yep.
Spirit roll.
Yep. All right, 6.
6. All right, you unshake. I recommend.
I'm just gonna run.
Yeah, I recommend doing that.
Run.
So it's a 6.
So your horse
16.
can move 14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry, 16. You're right.
16, right?
So this bird is going to get a chance to make a free attack against you. Did you parry?
Parry's 5.
Okay, it misses. So you guys go.
The unshaking is for me and Dot, right? Because
Was Dot shaken?
Dot, you said Dot was shaken.
Yeah, we'll say it's for you and Dot. You're real close with Dot.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys make it out, and if you guys continue to run, you can probably leave these things in the dust. They will pursue you, but your horses are faster, especially because they're spooked.
I reckon now that we're together, we go back.
I think
And
also
fight
that's
them.
a good idea. Wait, go back and fight them?
Yeah. I reckon now that we're all collected and
I
together.
kind of think we go back to the church.
that was my form of a joke. Let's go. Let's leave immediately.
We're all just like sitting there, like
We're not used to your sense of humor yet, Howell.
well,
I whistle for Chowder.
You whistle for Chowder?
Yeah.
Chowder is real good at getting away from undead animals. 'Cause he's
Perfect.
a dog.
Good.
So he slips into the underbrush, and you see him loping after your horses and running back to
All
town.
right, his
He
head's
knows where
not
to
broken
go.
and
No, he looks
great.
fine. He looks fine. And you leave the chirping, chirruping, weird, bubbly sounds of all of these creatures far behind you in the woods as you go racing back for Coldwater Creek. And that is where we will stop for the night. We went a little bit long. Thank you guys for hanging out. That was a surprisingly difficult challenge. Turns out when you make just normal, mundane woodland creatures undead, they become way scarier.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
There are a ton of them. And what are they doing out here? Eagle-eyed viewers who have been watching Wildcards for a long time, and especially those who watched the Dinner and Dragons episode of Deadlands Reloaded that we did, will maybe have a suspicion that there is a small sapling somewhere in the woods around this this part with noose-like vines hanging from its branches, and since it is not large enough to ensnare a fully adult human, perhaps it is just hanging small woodland animals and then reanimating their corpses.
See, I didn't watch that episode.
You
so
didn't.
I did.
know
And
what's
in
going
that
on.
episode, chat unlocked the fact that that episode would affect an episode of Wildcards down the line. So there we are. These woods are crazy dangerous now, thanks to you guys. So thank you, chat.
guys.
Sweet, thanks.
chat.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and for unlocking the things that you did with the tips that you gave to us. We very much appreciate that, guys.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's what allows us to keep things running. It's what keeps us producing fun, awesome shows for you. We hope that you are entertained by them. Real quick, if you liked any of the sounds that you heard, those are courtesy of Plate Mail Games. That's Wes Otis's company. You can look him up on Drive-Thru RPG. That's Plate Mail Games. He has a lot of audio tracks for any number of different genres or games you can run. They're 10-minute loops that are meant to just be played in the background. I was doing a different noise there for the animals. He has a bunch of different stuff. It's really great. These flat plastic maps here, these flat plastic miniatures, and these templates for Savage World spells are all courtesy of Arknight. You can find them online. I highly recommend the flat plastic miniatures. It's a really economical way to get a huge amount of different creatures and things for your D&D or Savage Worlds games. They actually make some Deadlands specific miniatures that we use.
Pretty cool.
I think those are all of the products that I used tonight. So does anyone have anything that they want to announce? We will start with our guest, Gaurav Gulati, who's not our guest so much as he is our new cast member.
Yeah.
He's here forever.
Just a guess. Did you not know that?
Oh,
You
is that
can
why
never leave.
We almost died today.
I shoot Howell.
Great.
I would never have done this to a guest.
We need more guests, guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good
out
idea. You guys can follow me on Twitter at DoubleGXG, and you can also follow my Wildcards character at Wildcards_GXG.
That's right.
Which we'll start doing some Twitter stories with these fine folks pretty soon. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/DoubleGXG as well. And you can catch our Experience Pointers podcast that me, Megan, and Jordan do, maybe every couple weeks put out podcasts. Every couple weeks.
And if you're a Patreon backer of $10 or more for Saving Throw, you get the episodes a week early.
Yeah, and
Yes.
episode 3 is out right now on Patreon, but it'll be out, next Tuesday? For All's Bodies?
Yes.
Just gotta fix
For
some quick
all
audio
bodies.
issues with it.
Yes. And on Sunday, actually, I'm going to be playing some spooky games with Havana on her channel at
Spooky.
8 p.m. I don't think we know what we're playing at. Maybe Resident Evil again. But we'll see. So join us then.
All times Pacific.
All times Pacific.
Hi, yes, you can follow me on Twitter at Meghan Caves. It's MEGHAN. You can actually see my name there on the screen, over here on the screen. And like Gaurav said, you can actually follow Experience Pointers on our Twitter page, which is EXP Pointers Pod. And we post whenever the new episodes go out and all that kind of stuff on there. You can watch Jordan and I, although we won't be here this Monday, but we do couples therapy on Mondays at 4. And right now we're doing Megan and Jordan's Halloween Spookaganza, which is us playing spooky games. And we will be finishing, I think, until dawn. Not this Monday, but next Monday. We'll be gone this Monday. And you can follow Rosaline at Wildcards_Meg. Yeah, I think that's it.
Hi, I'm Jordan Pridgeon. I'm on Twitter at Jordan Pigeon. I don't do Twitch, except this stuff. So I don't play Twitch video games.
All right.
That's not
but-
100%
So don't
true.
ask.
If
Stop
you want to
asking
find out
everybody.
other things about me, I am part of a podcast called This American Lie, which you can find on iTunes or other places that have podcasts. And if you're in the Los Angeles area, my sketch group, The Money Pit, performs on the third Saturday of every month at 8 o'clock at the Nerdist School stage on Sunset. And it's great. And you should come.
Come to LA just for that.
Just
That's
for that.
it.
Do it.
That's the reason to do it.
Buy your plane tickets now.
Dom?
Hey, I'm Dom Zook. You can follow me at GadZook on Twitter. I have shows Wednesday and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, where called Proficiency Check, where I try to get good at games and I talk about lots of different things. come on down, join us for that. Our next game here in the studio, however, is a Sunday night at 5 o'clock. We have Tempting Fate with lots of cool people. Omar Najam, Rick Bear, Aliza Pearl, I think, and Gina DeVivo, I believe, are our players for that Tempting Fate. So tune in for that. And lots of shows throughout the week. It's a super busy week. We got a big old schedule for you. So
Big
come
old
on back.
schedule. And again, guys, you can follow all of our Wildcard specific Twitter accounts. That's Wildcards_Dom for James Bogue, Wildcard_JP for Gabriel
me.
Pryor, Wildcards_Meg for Rosaline, Wildcards_GXG for Howell, and Wildcards_GM for me. I want to give a big thank you to Nick Levy, who helped run everything behind the scenes. Thank you very much, Nick. And thank you to all of you who are here tonight. We very much appreciate you being here. We are doing this to entertain you, so we're glad that you're there to watch it, and we hope you were entertained. We will be back next Friday for another episode of Wildcards, and Hal will start to realize what the hell he has gotten himself into. Things are blowing up in Coldwater Creek. All of this high strangeness that you guys have been unlocking over the course of this season and last is coming to a head.
Keeps getting higher.
In a weird way. So we'll see what we're heading towards. More of that next week. Thank you guys very much for being here, and we will leave you with some finger guns. They're fully loaded, by the way. I loaded them up just now before. Wait, no, I loaded them earlier. Look out! Look out! We're gonna keep going. Hold on. Is Nick gonna keep it going? We don't know. We don't know.
It could go for